Yes, people, and welcome back to Spurs Kings TV for another edition of Rival Talk. It's your boy Ashmack in the building. Make sure you do, as always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As always, we do have a panel for you today. And making his debut, we have no one other than Cass. What are you telling me, my killie?
Just here to settle some rivals. You know, they need to settle down, especially some Liverpool ones, thinking that they're gonna win on Sunday. Just vibing. We'll see, man. I'm all good, man. It's weird not hosting for once. You know, whether I go on a guy's channel, someone's always talking. But we'll see how you are. I'm scouting. Let's put it like this: scouting for some receipts.
Here it goes. He's energy. I'm gonna bring someone on familiar that you know already. Jay.
Oh,
you, my brother. You good?
What's going on? How's life? Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling. I've seen Kaz already this evening. This is the second time I'm seeing Kaz.
This is a shame, man. I thought you better than this, Ash. I got told I'm a staple on this show. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a staple, man. I'm thinking, right, all right, cool.
Oh, we'll get into that, man. We'll get into that. We also got another United fan, Ian.
Come on.
In a minute.
Come on.
Me.
What's good? What's good?
It's good, Ian. What's good?
Man, good. See, man, searching high and wide. Couple keyboard warriors calling them out already.
Actually, he tried to draw me out. I'm here. He's not here. What's going on?
Say, man, they're running. Yeah, all right, cool. Also, we've got Chinks. A bit of feedback there, Chinks, though.
Is it from
a fan?
It's a bit better, man. It sounds a bit airy.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not as bad.
No, but can you hear the airiness?
A little bit, but we can work with that, man.
What is it?
No, I mean, when you talk, it's always there's a certain degree there. Some people might call it hot. Jinx, I would never.
Say hot air, right? No.
Big up though, man. I'm here, man. I'm here, and I'm not queer. Let's go. Let's go.
So we have a long-term guest, Rich. Yes, my brother.
Yes.
What you say?
My bro, what's good, man? What's good?
Man, I got already talking about Liverpool doing that at Old Trafford.
Oh, at Trafford?
I said it.
We saw what they were doing on the weekend, man.
Benching 150. Let's go, man.
What are we fearing over there?
Benching 150. He said nothing to fear. He said, raw. Liverpool, to be fair, they've started off well. Man United, 50-50. I've got two United fans. I want to know if Liverpool win, is everyone Ten Hag at United, or was it too soon to go there?
Say that again.
I said, if Liverpool win, at United at Old Trafford, that's a Ten Hag out. I know you never left.
No, we keep him there. We like him there.
I've been Ten Hag out from last season. I've been him out.
Let's get one thing straight. There's no ifs. I don't do if buts or maybes. I do absolutes. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, he's gonna keep in a job. It's all good, man. Because these men aren't winning at Old Trafford. They can't even beat us when we're damn shit with us 29th different combination of defense. We ended their season last year in the FA Cup and in the league.
So that sounds like an excuse with the 29. It's the 29 changes irrelevant.
Why is that an excuse?
Because everyone else is doing
We're drawing out for a 37-year-old man to hopefully
everyone else changes their team. Everyone else is on rotation, and then we're the only team that seems to excuse the fact that Martinez is not available. So what?
We broke records. What we've got. That's like taking Van Dijk out of Liverpool's team. What they got really? Don't get me wrong. I think they got.
Okay, so I'll ask you a question. Is Martinez our best defender?
Easily.
Debatable.
Look, I look forward to Sunday if that's your best defender.
Well, last time he weighed your best player in, and he didn't want it for the rest of the game. But the first time, Ten Hag got
we went there recently, and he was 0-5.
3 years ago. Get over it.
What's wrong with your memory,
bro? Old. It's old. It's today. You know what? Have you not noticed the Liverpool fans? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You lot are doing what us Man United fans do. We start talking. Time goes on. People forget time moves on, and we start talking about the past. Like they talk about the Champions League. Bro, that was like 5 years. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. Your title was 4 or 5 years ago. Until you realize, like I'm gonna use Jay's one Jay's name. You're in with us, bro. You're in the same apartment.
No, there's different levels to
Up there
me
in the
and you.
penthouse with City, who got the keys to the penthouse. You're with us. We're living in the same block.
I don't think City live in the same apartment block.
No, they're in the penthouse. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
You're in the basement. Cass, you're in the basement. That's where you.
Our basement can still beat you at OT, so it's all good.
That's what your season has come down to. You
even Arsenal struggle against
as a
OT.
question, Cass, as a question, why are you so
he's like, Cass, slow down.
No, I actually want to know, why are you so confident?
Why am I so confident? You know what it is? Sometimes, as much as form, tactics, and all this kind of stuff comes into play, when it comes to a big game, don't get me wrong, we have been rolled over by Liverpool more than we rolled over them at Anfield. We always struggle at Anfield, right? I acknowledge that of the past, innit? When we've had man like Tyler Blackett in them, man. But when it comes to recent of some decent players and that, form goes out the window. It don't matter if you've had. I think we suffered that when we went to Anfield, got smoked with a cherry 7-up. Like, do you know what I'm saying? At their gaff, we got done out. But when it comes to Old Trafford, it don't matter what happens. We can have a crap team. We're not losing to Liverpool, one of their better teams. Like last year, twice they struggled.
So
it is what it is.
The exact same thing you just listed there. We've lost at Old Trafford to them 4-0 before as well. So you see, the thing is, because this is why I have take issue with United fans. This whole idea, we're gonna smoke Liverpool, bro. I don't step into a single game confident that we can win it. When we at the moment I saw that Brighton was our second game, I said we might get a W for the first one, and we might get a draw against Brighton. I knew from the starting whistle.
This is lovely.
I kind of like my squad at the moment of time. I hated McTominay and Wan-Bissaka, people that can't even play ball. Just even basic ball in 5-a-side. I know I'm tackling them. They get past me.
Again, that's a farcical statement, my guy.
No, it's not.
Wan-Bissaka just looks. No.
We're not allies. We're not allies.
Let's break it down. You see, the thing is, this myth that Wan-Bissaka can't play. He just looks languid on the ball. He looks awkward in that when he plays. But he's actually reasonable on the ball. Like this
progressive football, everyone knows
is a lie.
But it's not a lie though, because he excels in one attribute that I do like in defenders, but unfortunately, as the modern day fullback, he does not excel. It's easy to see for multiple teams, even when the lower team says, when Wan-Bissaka's got the ball, we don't care if he's going to cross the ball or anything. Leave it to him. We'll press him when the time comes. That's what happens because they don't rate our right-hand side to do any damage. That's Wambi. Okay. Mazraoui's come in 2 games and showed me more than what Wambi's done attacking-wise in time. I can count on my fingers how many Wan-Bissaka assists he's got at United.
Cool. All right, cool. How many assists has Luke Shaw got?
I don't rate Luke Shaw.
No, because we talk about it all the time, yeah. And
he gets injured too much.
Certain man gets singled out, bro. I think at one point Luke Shaw, if I'm not mistaken, Luke Shaw had about 9 assists in 9 years. The guy is look. We've got too many.
I know he's an idiot. I agree, but the additions that Man United brought in, I actually like them. I actually agree with them. Actually, you know what? I'll probably pray the amount of times that
your manager's not playing them. Your manager's not playing them.
They've just come in. They've just come in.
Only man
all right, Chicks, ask your question, then I've got a question. Chicks, ask your question. Go
I don't understand this. Like, man, they want to wake up and get stressed about for no reason. I'm a positive person, innit? I want to wake up with a smile every day. I wake up with sunshine and rainbows going through my mind. I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to the LGBTQ stuff, but other than that, I like to go into. I like to go into this new project with Ineos with an open mind, innit?
The moment they didn't sack my man, they
then you might as well go support another team, then, my brother.
Look at it.
I was waiting for that one.
There's a team that wears baby blue, yeah. They're doing a reunion for one of their bands that support them. I think they might have good people.
You're not proper United. You're not proper
anybody.
You're going to support them, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's sick, I don't know if you lot remember, yeah. Like there was a time when Arsenal Fan TV was first being born and it was just bare Arsenal fans beefing each other, and I couldn't enjoy it because it was my team. But now I'm getting like a rebirth because you lot are just meant to be on the same team, just beefing each other. This started off about the Liverpool game and you've had been going at it for about 8 minutes.
But
I'm trying to understand where the
he's not even done.
We've been smoked by Liverpool too many times for me to sit down and say, "Raw, we're confident." No,
They beat us once in the last 3 years.
Can we talk about Man United versus Brighton so we can put it to context?
No, what you gonna do that to
Easy.
them?
No, wait, not even like that. No, wait, hold on. I just want to know if there will be a change at the centre back, because obviously they got done at the back post.
it's not.
I don't know.
There's not going to be a change at the centre back. Look, as I said, your manager is too stubborn for his own good. You bring it in. You spent almost 200 million in this window.
Don't support. You support the
almost
same
200 million in this window, and he's not going to play these men. The only man that's been blooded in is Mazwari. Everyone else, it seems to have to be fighting for their place. You're still playing Maguire. You want to play a high line and play this high press, and then what? You stick with Maguire. It don't make no sense. You want to play on the halfway line.
I agree with that. De Ligt's barely had a pre-season, bearing in mind, so I think that's one thing to take into the case. Mazraoui, that's why he came, because he had a pre-season. That pre-season matters because fitness at the start of the season matters. I remember when Ollie was in charge and we decided we wanted to play all the good players that were even though we're unfit, and we got smoked by Palace 3-1. Jordan Ayew dunked on us differently. I remember that like it was yesterday. The thing is, when he says I support my club. I don't know who you support, but you look like you're a mercenary at this point. So on that notice, I will support my club to the ends meet as I see fit, whether you like Ineos or not, because he's a rich Qatari that most man wanted, including myself at that point. But Ineos have done lots of things that I like that a football club do in footballing ways. I like the players we brought in. And also, the thing is, if Man United beat Brighton and actually got the result because Xerxes decided he didn't want to bend his knee or bend the knee or whatever, this will be a whole different conversation. But if you want to look at his performance base, we had a much better performance. We had a much better performance. We were better than Brighton. They usually outplay us at their gaff. And actually, you know what? We always suffer. To be fair,
game, bro.
If you go with like last 6 results,
it was an even game.
We just Brighton's a bogey team.
It was not an even game, bro.
It was an even game. They tried to get the ball down the wings as much as possible, and they got locked up, and they resorted to long ball when they usually play ball. Maybe that's just a new thing for their manager. But last time I checked, we're never good at the Amex. We get smoked all the time. Unless it was the back end of last season.
We got smoked again.
Unfortunately, the best team, the better team lost.
Guys, listen.
We got smoked again.
I appreciate all the handbags, but let me just interject for a small second. Guys, this is Brighton. This is a lot of context you're giving for Brighton. This is Brighton. Yeah? There's at least 10 more Premier League away fixtures.
Let me know if Liverpool win there. Let me know if Spurs win there. Let me know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like
Liverpool win.
No, they didn't. They drew last year. They drew last year, G. 2-2.
And they struggled for that. Sometimes you just like, we weren't good enough to get the result.
Yeah, bro, I've said that. We weren't. I thought we'd done enough to win, but we lost, didn't it?
Okay, but I see where Ian's coming from in terms of like, it's very early for you to be trying to excuse losing these games. Like,
that's not fair, man. Brighton can beat anybody on their day. That's not fair.
Two games in, I don't expect my team to be losing football matches. Until Eric Ten Hag, we weren't losing football matches.
So hold on. So fixtures don't matter then. So fixtures don't matter then.
I'll give you
if you played City and Liverpool, you expected 2 wins guaranteed.
Do you think Brighton's harder than West Ham away?
More away games than any other manager post Ferguson.
I think Brighton.
He's lost 17 matches of football away from home in the Premier League.
I think that's
hold on.
But he's survived more than all his managers.
Hold on, but you're being disingenuous because you just said it yourself. He's got Maguire trying to play a high line. He had Johnny Evans. Yeah. Like, I know Man U is this great institution, but you're only as good as the 11 players you have on the pitch, innit? And so blaming Ten Hag for the dross he has on the pitch. So what else is he supposed to do? What else is he supposed to do?
Come on, Jinx.
Yeah, but that's down to Man United.
So does he set them up to lose?
That's down at Man United. That's Glazer. Yes. Again, I think
I said yes.
Your head's gone.
Your head's gone.
You know what it is? We tried to
get Ten Hag sets the team up.
Last year, we tried to get rid of him, but because of wages and this weird contract that Woodward decided to give out to these men, when you have to pay them out as they leave because the transfer fee and all this, we couldn't get rid of him. Same thing with McTominay, but it's been dealt with by Ineos this time around. I don't mind Maguire as a full choice, but it is what it is, isn't it? Like, Euro's injured, so technically he's our third. We just have to deal with it first. But I don't think Ian's got bad points. He's just had enough, innit? And I think I was at that point too. I've also had enough myself. I need to see results, especially in September, especially on a weekend, because things can go very left, but at the same time, things can go very right. The thing is, it takes one good result against a team like Liverpool, of course. Respect there, they're a good side. And all of a sudden, you either look like a donut or you don't.
But, you know what? I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Hold on, let me just land this. I'm not saying you can't lose to Brighton. What I'm saying is that like there's a lot of context you're giving, and Brighton's not even, to me, the top 10 away games you're going to play this season. There's a lot more difficult games coming than Brighton. Yeah.
Name 10 games more difficult than Brighton.
Okay,
please.
so the top 6, yeah.
Which is who?
The traditional 6 plus Villa.
I don't find Spurs as bad as Brighton. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, Spurs isn't.
Spurs against Brighton for us. We barely lose at Spurs. It was just last year, bro. I don't fear Spurs' ground.
No, Kaz, you lost there 2-0 last season.
Yeah, that's only last year.
You didn't beat.
Jay, have you seen in your last 30 games? Have you seen your form?
Bro, listen. At the end of the day, we're good at home. Yeah, our home.
I don't disagree with him. Really I fear Brighton away more than I fear Spurs away.
How can you fear Brighton away?
Because you're the better team overall doesn't mean that you're the better away. Bro, some fixtures away, some teams are just better. I know City struggle away to you, but I don't think Man United really struggle away to Spurs too much away. Never did. Last year, yes, granted.
Never. Bro, you know we've beaten you 6-1 in the last few years. Like,
bro,
you know that.
What?
You know we came to your stadium.
COVID. I'll allow it. Mourinho type COVID, man.
That result exists.
COVID, man.
Yeah. So
it's like Chelsea. I know when we go Chelsea more time, we don't even lose there. We got a last minute where they beat us, but we typically draw there.
It's very disingenuous to suggest going away.
No,
to
it's
Brighton.
No, it's not. Just because you feel offended because you're a better team than Brighton.
I'm not offended. I'm offended
historically, Jay, you can't tell me as a United fan.
Yeah, historically we're better at home than Brighton.
Actually, head to head. Historically or head-to-head, however you want to do it. We do worse to Brighton away than we do at Spurs.
Because you stink up the joint every time you go to Brighton, doesn't make Brighton more difficult.
How about this? I'll give you another one. We got Southampton away coming up. Typically, St. Mary's for Man United has been a bogey since day dot, bro. And it's a harder fixture at St. Mary's than it might be, let's say, at Craven Cottage. Because we win at Craven Cottage typically. Always usually a quick free. Everyone's got bogey sides, bro.
Listen, I thought United, like when they played Brighton to me in that game didn't look like an amazing side or anything like that.
Because we made them look like that. Because you have to credit United for making them, for pressing them. Actually, you know what? You're one that criticized Kobe Minor. Go look at his stats that game. Because since you're such a stat man,
Kobe Minor.
Yeah, go on. I dare you. Because last time I checked, he completed the most offensive goal, the most interceptions.
I've been very good.
Why did I criticize? What was it that I criticized?
No, progressive. But the thing is, you love a stat. The thing is, the thing is, you're quick to say that Brighton didn't play well, but at the same time, you haven't credited Man United for making them not play well.
I didn't think they looked like an outstanding side.
Yeah, because we made them like that.
Played pretty well. I thought
we made them play like that. Can you not say that? You know what? You glorified the way you played against Everton, the same Everton side that was also and got smoked by Brighton. Yes,
I've not even been allowed to enjoy that win because as soon as you won, people were like, what about Newcastle? You're not going to gas Everton. They're terrible. I don't even think I had a moment to enjoy that.
I want to hear what Richard has to say.
Yeah, look. You're talking about you played well on the weekend and you stopped Brighton from doing X, Y, Z. Ultimately, you didn't get 3 points. So, irrespective of who just didn't play well, you stopped them doing X, Y, Z. This doesn't matter. You didn't get the points. You have to go to the next game.
But then can I argue back after that?
Hold on. Now the weekend's coming up. You tried to dismiss Liverpool like we haven't been on smoke 2 games already. New manager on smoke 2 games already. Okay, yeah, we might not have the best record there in the last few years, but we've won there in recent seasons and put on good. Even when you beat us in the FA Cup, you can't tell me you was doing all the big things in the game like you claimed United to be doing. Even in the league game, we drew 2-2. We was in control. We made a mistake
for one half.
But we was in control for the majority of the game. We lost. We made a mistake. We didn't get the 3 points. We move on. But this weekend, when you're talking about Liverpool's light and all this nonsense, you're going to be in for a shock because Maguire at the back.
He ain't going to play next game. It will be the lick. I guarantee it will be the lick next.
He's going to play, bro.
He's not going to play. I guarantee he done it last. He done it last time. He integrates the way they need to integrate. It's a centre back as well. At the end of the day, he's not like a right winger. Do you know what I don't understand about United yet? You know what I don't understand about this? United get points but don't play well. Get criticised. Jay as well all the time. But when we do play well, Man United fans they love it. But I'm going to bring you in because we've had this conversation on our Tuesday show. Yeah, is the fact that when it comes to wanting to see something progressive, we'll compact quite a high line. You know, we would press, we're winning the ball back quite a lot. You know what? We just didn't convert in moments where we should have converted. You know, against Brighton, we could have killed them off very early. Rashford just staying on side. It's easy as that. You know, even Ahmad, that clear chance. Maguire set the tempo with that. Ahmad's chance. Any top winger, pretty much, or experienced winger, is putting that at the back of the net. It's easy.
Are you talking about the one way they say that he should have
the low crossed it. He could have dived in header or put in the other side. As someone like Ahmad, if you rate someone technically, I believe that you should be slapping that in the back of the net, or at least getting on target, minimum, right? But when Man United, like when I say that we do something, right, but yet we have something that looks a little bit more positive, we play in a way which I can look at and think, you know what, that's not too sad. I can watch this and whatnot. But we lose the game due to a moment, but then we still get criticized because we need the points. So which one is it? Like, because last time I checked, there was Progress FC with the man down below me. Yeah, with that. We got Chelsea saying it needs time. And with Man United, we complain about a style, but you're given a style that clearly looks like it can work. But because we haven't had it hasn't had time to implement it for the first 11 that we bought. Because the last time I checked, only Mazraoui is the one signing that we've seen on the pitch from this summer consistently. We quit to judge last year's players.
Hey, does Rashford need to?
He's playing them. He's playing.
Rashford's got one more game for me or get dropped.
You can't give him that chance. You're gonna put a Xerxes there instead of Rashford.
I think Xerxes plays next game up front. I think Mason Mount gets dropped. But actually, Mason Mount's injured. How about that? I've had enough. That's what garbage signing. There you go. Yeah, well, niggle they call it, but I call it. I just call him shit.
Who?
Mason Mount.
Scrub.
Waste of money. Just help Chelsea with a PSR crap.
I was gone.
No, I was gonna say because obviously there's been some signings and Man United obviously linked with a few players, but Liverpool have recently made a signing. Well, not yet. I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that. I'm not even doing that. I'm just saying. Obviously, it looks like they're gonna get their business done. Fabio obviously tweeted about Chiesa. Guys, what are your thoughts on Chiesa, man? What's everyone thinking? Is he a player that kind of?
In fairness, though, yeah. What I will say about Chiesa is that he's actually a very good player. Let's have it right first and foremost. He's not obviously the same player he was a few years ago, and I think injuries has hampered him quite a lot over the past 2 years specifically. But if he can reach the levels that he was at like 3-4 years ago, you got a player there. But I think Liverpool's issue is that you keep signing players who have bad injury records. I said it to you earlier as well, Cabs.
Yeah, Ian. The injury record of these players we sign is always concerning to me because, as you know, I preach that availability is the number one trait any athlete should have. So when I know a man has been injured for the amount of time this guy's been injured, it always worries me and it concerns me. That's the first thing. The second thing is we have a history of signing Italian players, and it's never worked out for us. I don't know how many have travelled well from the Serie A to the Prem. I couldn't imagine it's that many. And the ones we have had have been, to be fair, they've been awful. So it doesn't fill me with great confidence that we're signing this guy. The price is a good price for today's market, but I'm not going to expect much from this guy this season. If I'm honest with you, I'll see how he settles in. They say the manager's going to integrate him in quickly to the style of football we play. But I'm not expecting massive things from Chiesa all this season.
Is he better than Diaz, bro?
If it works out and it's 12 million, it looks completely different. So,
is he better than
anybody
Diaz?
We've got?
Huh?
Well, yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
Then who?
He's not better than Diaz, though.
No, he's not better than any player we currently have.
Yeah, he's better than Nunes and he's better than Gakpo, bro. Cody Gakpo, fam. Atrocious player. Cody Gakpo, fam. Not even Gakpo. This guy is shiz.
What's going on to him?
No, he's not better than Gakpo. No.
Evening, gentlemen. Hope you're well. Apologies to
I'm struggling.
He had two nights to go change his shirt. He was sweating.
You know what? I almost forgot to put on my shirt. I was gonna come on bare chest, but you know what?
I mean, look at Ash.
He's in that AJ shirt, isn't he?
Crazy.
No, thank you guys for welcoming me.
Newcastle just won a penalty shootout.
We just won a penalty shootout. I nearly came on bare chest. Only Chinks gets to come on bare chest. So I said, you know what, I can't be Chinks. So
only Chinks gets to come on bare chest. That's wow. That's wow.
That's why do you have to turn a victory into something sour? No. Welcome,
Eddie
guys.
out, man.
Never that.
Yeah, this is why you're always going to be a mid-club. Sorry.
Look at that. You're like the friend that you don't tell good news to.
Yeah, no, I thought I was. You know what? I've got a little bit of a
lottery. He's not the guy to tell. Welcome, guys. Good to see you.
In his defense, yeah, it's not even his fault. It's Ian's. He's just been having a go at him for supporting his team for about how long? So
I missed that.
In combative mode, really and truly.
Don't talk to Ian about Amad Diallo. Kaz, you like Amad Diallo?
Yeah, man. Of course I do. You just say he could have been a lot better on the weekend. Could have been a lot better if he decided he wanted to put that ball in the back of the net, and some of his decisions on Brighton, like actually passing to Bruno in the space he needed to rather than shooting. It's like he saw where it's like my man had that thought when Bruno didn't pass him at Fulham. He's like, I'm shooting this one today. But he's cold. He's cold, man. I like the guy.
Fair play. You got some good youngsters coming through at Man United.
Inshallah, bro. Inshallah.
Yeah. Like, did anyone have any other thoughts on Chiesa? Like, would you not have him at your club?
I feel like when Zaniolo came, like I was trying to like work out which player I would be like. So it's like when Zaniolo came to Villa and I was watching him, he could never get a rhythm. Do you know what I mean? He was never fit for prolonged games and stuff like that. And he had injuries as well. And I'm just wondering, pace of English football, just that rhythm. Like if they have him available for as much as they have Jota available, I think they'll be doing well. And I think they'll get something. And I was saying this on the other stream. I personally think Liverpool have the best attack in the league. Like as in terms of breadth of attackers across like the quality differential across them, I think they've got the best. Yeah. And I think if they by adding Chiesa as well, I think that like they've got a lot of options. They've got goals in the team, you know, and like they've already had like Salah, Jota, Diaz, Nunez, Gakpo, and now they're adding Chiesa, and Elliott can play as well.
With Chiesa, and I look at 2021, I thought a big part of his game was explosiveness. And I looked at some stats. Someone can pull me up on this, but I was going through the stats on Transfer Market or whatever it is, whatever stat thing you look at. And since then, his numbers haven't been numbering. Are you guys of that kind of like eye test? Or is it a thing where you need goals and assists, GA to back it up?
But you need that. But the question to me is like, can he still create separation? Yeah, like it's like that's really the thing. Like beating a man, dribbling past the person. Like when we got Kulu, like his dribbling translated quite well. Do you know what I mean? So if you're looking at Chiesa, like in terms of how he plays and stuff, I don't know, bro. Like if you look at him at Liverpool, like it's a gamble, but it's a cheap gamble. Do you know what I mean? Like if he's decent, he's decent. He's probably going to score a couple of winners. Do you know what I mean? Like late on, Chiesa.
Jay, don't you feel that's a bit of a pattern though with Liverpool in terms of cheap gambles? They did it last year with Lautaro. When did they buy Arthur Melo? Was that how many years ago was that? 3, 4?
it was long enough for the statute of limitations to be employed here. I'm willing to give them a pass on Arthur Melo.
But should we give them a pass? I mean, you were speaking about Man United earlier. If Man United pulled a stunt like that where they sold, I don't know, a player of value. No, we don't need a pass for that. For Sancho, 40-50 million pounds, and then replaced him with a injury-plagued 5 to 10 million pound player who nobody wants to purchase. They'll be all over the news for that. Why Liverpool being able to get away with that?
I think there's a certain level of you can have these kind of players who've gone through a downturn, and you can almost be like, I want to rehabilitate this. But like I always say that Newcastle are quite good at getting players who not need rehabilitation, but like are just a little bit out of the spotlight and stuff. And this is one player where it's like to me, I think United are buying more players. Like you say, Chiesa, but I'd look at United and I'd say Ugarte coming off a difficult season, De Ligt coming off an okay season, Mazraoui, you know, like they were happy to let him go. Like they're bringing players in who haven't had the best of times.
Chiesa's price during the transfer window, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, but the peak was around 40 million. It went down to 10 million. Like, there's a reason for that. That's
Thiago Motta's comments, isn't it? That's what happens when you axe a player. Your price
1 year left,
is
though.
gone,
1 year left as well, though. Like 1 year left, decent sized wages. Like it's
a good option, man. It's a good option, man.
What's
10 million? What's 10 million? I mean, that's expensive for Liverpool these days, but what's 10 million?
Worst comes to worst, you can send him back to Italy for 20 million in a year's time.
20 million.
I think
be serious here.
He's a progressive winger as well, by the way. If people
look, it's very low risk, but don't you guys think that? I'm more talking about Liverpool is Liverpool. You know, they should be challenging for the league. Why are they essentially going back to the question? Why are they being allowed to get away with buying a £10 million player, not going in for more high profile players? Why not a Rafinha? Why not Nico Williams? Why are they not?
Maybe they're happy with their wing options. Let me ask you a question.
When was the last time Liverpool bought a superstar?
Yeah. I don't think they have.
Thiago, and it didn't work out.
They make superstars. Yeah. I think they've been looking at someone in the forward line. They didn't need no one to start in the forward line. Let's be real. I think Liverpool would be more angry at the fact that they ain't got no defensive reinforcements. One injury to, let's just say, one of their eights that's in the sixth of them, you're like, oh, this might be long, Gravenberch is known for an injury, like at some point. You know what I mean? I think McAllister could do that role well. I actually like Curtis Jones. He don't get rated in his fan base as much, but I like him. I thought he done six quite well in pre-season. He got overlooked, maybe because he's not the most fanciest. And then obviously look at it. I think they go get a centre-back. They have to. Vandenberg is gone. They have to go and get a centre-back. But I believe they're planning for next summer because they've got Alisson potentially going, Salah, Trent, and also Van Dijk if you don't sign a new contract. You're going to have to sign long-term replacements. And I think there's not enough time in this window market because of PSR stuff. And Nunes, I think he already come out and said that he didn't rate that signing allegedly, innit? Didn't like it.
Staying on Nunes, do you not think there's legs to the Arsenal rumor?
I hope so.
Pay the money.
We're just saying anything now, man.
I don't know why Nunes gets.
Is this what football? Is what football talk on YouTube has got to? We're just talking about anything now. In it. You said it, Ash. Now you can put it in the title. Let's move on to something.
That shit hurting.
No, I'm just saying that, raw. I don't know, innit? You might
start. I said the same thing, when someone tried to pull up Mason Mount instantaneously to me in the street. I was like, bro, stop talking shit because I didn't want to hear it, innit? I was like, allow it. That's not us. No way. Before you know it, 50 million big goals, I'm like, you mad?
I'm just trying to think. Like, obviously, they said they don't really want a striker. They kind of want a winger/striker. And
Nunes.
I don't know.
Basically, just an inside forward. That's what they want.
Yeah. So I was thinking,
Nunes is basically Martinelli on crack. Like, why would you want another one?
That's actually an insult to Nunes. Martinelli is
dusty. So no, if you sprinkle MSG on Martinelli, you get Nunes.
Nah, he's not it, bro. Martinelli's not it. Yoga Finito, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, he's done.
That guy's Bolivian, fam.
But the thing is, Arteta did save a certain player's career. Yeah, I'm trying to say.
How dare you say?
Did he save
Jesus? What's wrong?
Bergkamp region. What do you mean?
Man, they were like,
disrespect. That's actually one of the most disrespectful things I've heard, bro.
Bergkamp
compared to Havertz. No way, bro.
No, obviously I'm joking here. I'm just going to throw this out here before you start your slander. He started 13 games as a forward and then been involved in 16 games. And with him playing as centre forward, we're undefeated. Commend your piling on now.
Different game, different day, different era, though, man. Come on, man. It's like GA up front is all what it's about these days. Nothing more, nothing less. No performances. Bergkamp would run a show on his J's. On his J's.
I know, but I admitted that was tongue in cheek, the Bergkamp part. I like the way you attacked that. But back to the numbers, which are actually factual and happened in this modern era of football. Do you get what I mean? To where he's scoring headers at the back post.
I think he's a single player, man. Now I think he's got his respect
not
back.
to mention the defensive masterclass he put on at Villa the other day. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember last year when we lost the league because we lost to Villa twice, and everyone was saying, "No, if you had that striker to push you over the line, you'd win those games." Now we've won that game this season with no striker. We're just gonna attack other stuff now. Like, do you know what I mean? Just you lot just argue about Chiesa and budget transfers and leave my team alone, please.
So you know what Arsenal did this year in the transfer window that I can link this with Liverpool. It's the same thing when they decided when they needed to go for the league, they signed basically no one but Nat Phillips. You've decided to go and get a guy who likes to flick his hair backwards and pretend he's a surfer, and Marino because he had a good flipping Euros, and everyone thinks he's mustard.
That's it. When newsreaders, you just believe anything that newsreaders say. Today we're going to have a pig fly.
Where's the rest of it? Where's the broccoli? Now, where's the gravy? We're trying to make up a roast dinner up in here. And then you got Arteta saying, yeah, you know what? I want to do Captain Save-A-Hole, go save someone from the favelas like Chelsea. And before you know it, they won't win the league because of this. I need you to win the league, by the way. I live with a City fan.
Why? What?
I need you lot to win the league. Because, bro, if I have to choose it, I'm a Man United fan. I appreciate our rivalry 20 years ago when I was in school. Yeah, I appreciate that. Don't let.
Come on, man. But you know a lot of Arsenal fans.
But I don't care. Bro. I don't. You know what it is? In a year's time or 2 years' time, yes, Arsenal fans, if they did win the league, we'll never hear the end of it. But at the same time, in history, when I get older, I won't remember it no more. I'll remember that there's a 5-peat that I can't beat no more as a United fan.
If you met Stefan, you wouldn't say this. Right?
I don't know Stefan, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah. If you knew Stefan, there's no way you'd co-sign this.
Our Premier League is getting bantered and...
Oh, he's gone. All right, like that.
But you know what? To tie it into some a bit of logic now and just not like other stuff we were talking about. Yeah, I think you bring up some good points. So you see the whole Martinelli's dog shit thing, and the Calafiore can only play with his hair stuff. Yeah, what I like to align in the parallels between that. Like our right side is immaculate, yeah. And I watched our Villa game again the other day, yeah. And I heard it on a podcast as well. There was 20 minutes in the second half, yeah, where we didn't use the left side at all. We strictly kept the ball on the right side between Ben White, Odegaard and Saka, and that highlights to me that he didn't really want a transition game in it. And our right side is our most creative side and our best side defensively because of the spaces between the players in it. And what I've noticed, our left side isn't that good. So for 20 minutes he actually suspended the whole left side. He said, I'm not using it. Last year against Villa, they scored in like the 7th minute, pinged it in behind Zinchenko, cut in. So we said we're not doing that this season. So what I can say about Calafiore and Marino as well now, they're two left-sided players, isn't it? Who should, so our right side is firing and our left side is...
Who started that left back?
Timber. Amazing.
That's some nice analysis, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, so Chinks, do you even need the new centre-back, the Calafiore? Do you need him?
No.
He can play left back though, innit? Like last season when Zinchenko got injured, our progress from the back was poor. Because everybody talks about Calafiore as a defender, innit? But if you watch how he plays, he brings the ball forward. Like he's very unpredictable. He runs forward a lot, innit? So when we lost Zinchenko, we had to play Kivior, Tomiyasu was injured, and then we couldn't like progress the ball as well. So we had to start playing Jorginho, innit? So now Timber's like a good hybrid because he's a bit better bringing the ball forward and on the ball, and Calafiore is known for that as well. So now all the good stuff Zinchenko's good for and all the stuff he lacks for in defence, we have two players that are decent at bringing the ball forward and progressing the ball, but a bit more sturdy defending, innit? And hopefully...
I still think you're lacking though, man. I thought you're lacking. The front, I believe
we know Man City exists. They have everything, a bag of chips. They got the Motorola. They got the iPhone. You know what I mean?
It's your front line. I think your front line. I think it lacks a little something, if that makes sense. It just lacks a little something. Just something, like whether it's a top left winger.
You know what we need? His name's Haaland. Find one and we'll buy him. Other than that,
I feel like
there's a bad boy over in Portugal right now. Yeah,
like
obviously,
Lloris. Arsenal, I feel like they're turning into what City was in terms of like progressing the ball, keeping it safe, like slowing the build up, controlling games. If that makes sense, you hear what I'm saying?
Because Arteta's copied the blueprint,
right? But then I feel like Pep's going the other way, and he's going slightly more direct because he's looking at wingers and he's thinking, "Raw, you know what? I need to kind of reinvent the wheel." Again, what would you say? What would you say works the best style? Would it be the controlled passing kind of like we dominate the game type of way, or would you say the direct kind of, you know?
Well, realistically, if you just look at things objectively, City has won the league 6 times playing that way, so it clearly shows that their style is the best.
Which one?
One second. You know, there's a couple seasons, even though they've won it like 4 in a row or whatever, they've changed their style a little bit. Small tweaks. Like they did one season with no striker. They did one season where they just bring in Haaland. I think now they've been a bit more direct. He always makes just a little changes.
Subtle changes.
And I think
he's always changed it though.
But that's Savinho, boy.
The way teams are building up anyway.
Bruv. Allow having Doku and Savia running at you, man. They're demons.
See when you see look, and this is what I mean when I talk about the difference in the level and the quality of signings, yeah. And I say it when you say that Ineos is doing an amazing job, they're not doing an amazing job, bro.
But they are though, because this is the result of 15 years of Glazers, bro. We have meaty players. Bro, honestly, if there's a new takeover, even if you want to look at Man City, Chelsea, how long does it take to transition players in and out of a club before you become something competing at a top level? It takes I would say at least 2 summers to really get it going. We've always been bad at selling, by the way, and we managed to sell.
But if
but it takes time.
They've made 5 new signings.
Yeah, but the difference is back then, compared to, let's say, Newcastle's takeover, obviously, and anyone that's previously happened, they're not like 700 million in debt. The credit facilities ain't all built up because in 330 million, they didn't owe 200 million plus in transfers. Actually 300 million in transfer debts. What can you really do in that market if you can't splash out any cash? They're doing what they can with what they got, and I think they're doing a good job at that. But the thing is, I find with Man United fans, we are such an entitled fan base that live off something about 15 years ago that was great, and you are now entitled brats and spoil and don't look at the reality.
Because
the reality check is a hard check.
We generate the most revenue, and everyone.
Yeah, but so hold on, wait before you go, Cass. So by that logic, yeah, Chelsea should win everything in it if it's only
right,
about money.
Bro. You know what, they should, but they're not. The thing is, this is what happens when 1.2 billion of their debts was slapped off by the government, and they can do whatever they want in the market because that's what happens when you get rid of debts. That's what I'm looking at. Like the thing is, what was the question that you was asking?
Style of
with the revenues, there's only so much revenues can do because if it gets boring when you talk about finances in football, right? But when you're getting taken, dividends is getting taken out. That's out your budget already. When you owe next man money, that's taking out your budget already. You know what? You know when you pay 80 million for dumb transfers for like Maguire and Anthony, that's taking out your next budget already because you're depending on how your installments are. It's all dumbness. This is Glazeronomics for you, and with this is what it's gonna take. He's just. I think Ratcliffe is trying to say Man United can solve itself eventually, but we wanted the ticket from obviously Qatar and that where we can pay off everything straight away and get everything dilly dally. But unfortunately, this is the reality of it.
I'm gonna push back on those statements, and I'll tell you exactly why. Yeah, the first thing you mentioned is talking about the transfer fees and how much money we've wasted, and I'll agree with you. We've wasted a lot of money over the years, 100%. But then you look at what they sell you every single season. They'll turn around and tell you, "Oh, we need about 3-4 years to kind of get back to where we need to be." Bro, this whole lie in football about you need a process and rip things down from root.
That's not a lie.
Bro, it's
boring. Not a lie.
Bro, it's honestly that's a broken record. If you look at
why is that a lie?
Because it's proven that it can be done without that.
By who?
By who?
Who's proven that?
Xabi Alonso.
Oh, come on. Drop me out.
Xabi Alonso.
Who's proven that? Honestly.
Xabi Alonso.
Don't tell me Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso,
that's not a process. Cass just described to you.
He took a Leverkusen
10
side.
to 15 years.
He took a Leverkusen side.
I can break this down.
Leverkusen side that was 16th place in the league. had them finishing, I think, maybe 5th or 6th that same season, then went on and won the league the following season. If it takes you 4 years to win your domestic title, you're doing it wrong.
By the way, we're talking about Bayern
this process.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the same time, we can all agree that Bayern were a failing regime and they got rid of their directors and stuff because they were failing, not just in the league, but it was so tight. Whereas with Leipzig, Dortmund, or whatever, they brought him to the final days where they've had to sack managers because they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to install a different type of culture. Same with Newcastle under Mike Ashley. Look how long it took a good 2 years to they're still going through the process of trying to get rid of players. It's all going through it. Chelsea right now, luckily, they've taken in the 3rd season to get rid of all the players from the old regime, whether it's Pulisic and everything, to get in the new ones. And credit, they outspending everyone in the space of 2-3 years. There's no excuses that way. Arsenal, when Arteta came in, before you knew it, Edu came in, and before you know it, Kroenke come in, and Josh Kroenke, and changed the whole culture. And it took them 3 years, a bit longer, because they had to pay off for the stadium still before they started getting new players for what they wanted to do. Man City, we can always talk about that. Look at what they had with man like Richard Dunn, Stephen Ireland. It still took them about 3-4 years to even win the league, even though they were spending on Robinhos and stuff. They just changed the whole direction and got companies and the rest of it. With us, I don't believe you need 3-4 years. I'm going to agree with you. I think we can take it to the next summer and get long-term targets then, depending on how the season goes. But we can't expect everything in one go because it's unrealistic. Any business.
My issue with Man United is the fact that Ineos have come in. They've assessed what happened last season. I'm sorry. Van Gaal won the FA Cup and was sacked the same day, or was it following day, or whatever it was, yeah? Ineos have come in and they've assessed this, said that we finished 8th place in the league. 8th place, Man United in the league. David Moyes didn't finish that lowly in the league, yeah? And they turned him out and they did not sack him. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but back then, was Mourinho rated as a manager who recently won? When you look at what's available,
who was available or any of that, it's irrelevant.
Let me know which manager's available. Let me know which manager's available.
He said, "Fuck it." I'm angry. Fuck it.
Last season, was Ten Hag the best available manager for the job? Yes or no?
At that time, Tuchel is not a building manager. He's
Ten Hag the best.
At that moment of time, he done some criminal stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I hate his tactics. I wanted them out personally. But then you look at it, assess the situation. They got footballing people in. So I'm gonna agree with the opinions of footballing people. Even though they were looking at other managers, they looked around, they scouted and said, "You've won nothing. What are you gonna do here?" Tuchel, you're there, but you're not really a manager that you're gonna build a team with. You're one that's coming into a team that's already built.
Cool.
And it goes to show. You look around back then with Van Gaal, what was available? A manager that just won the league with Chelsea at that time. He probably wasn't a good fit for Man United since you can tell everyone didn't know about the background stuff. I said, you know what? You're available. Let's get him in. It's an easy fix because you should get us the second, which he did with a crap team, by the way. Like Ten Hag did in his first season with a crap team, by the way.
Cool.
And then when he rolled
what's Ineos done with Nice?
I think that's a fail. You can't. If you look at anything to do with finances, if you look at finances,
you said they're
I think they learned. I think they've learned.
They took over Nice. Nice had finished 4th in the league.
There's different people. Ian, it's different people. Barada wasn't there. Dan Ashworth wasn't there. The French league is different. They just lost a major TV deal. Like comparing Man United to Nice is literally the equivalent of
failed, bro.
Nice had a good season last year for their standards.
Well, I'm saying, let me just ask, Cass, what is the expectations for United then?
My expectations or United's expectations, do you reckon? Because I've got my ones. I'm not gonna lie. You better go win me the Europa League. I need to see progressive football as well. Something that I agree with, that I can get behind. And whether it's 5th or 4th, I don't give a crap, right? Because Europa League gets me Champions League. Top 4 is not a measurement of where you should be as a success. But I need to see something that I can see saying, you know what, he's moving his team forward next year. Better players, better targets. Get rid of. Obviously, Maguire's on his last year, Lindelof on his last year. Bear these scrubs on their last year that just need outing regardless, and go get me the players that are long term, whether it's Branthwaite, who looks like a backup more time anyways, or Wharton because they want to do up Brexit FC and his baby Carrick. Whatever it is, the long term targets are, then you can go and look at it and says, okay, what's next? I need to see a push.
But Ian, so what's your expectations then?
Bingo. Well done, Rich.
I'm always very clear about this, and I'm never going to waver on it. If it's not the league, I'm not interested.
I'm realistic then.
It's not
I'm realistic then.
Jeez, bro.
So when you go tonight,
Jamaica with Ababa sled team.
You know what I don't understand? Yeah, I'm not pinpointing you, by the way. And I might come across quite much at first, isn't it?
No, do it, Just fucking do it, Cass.
What I come across on YouTube with other United fans is they don't expect much of Ten Hag. They don't expect much of the club because they don't like some of these signings and so forth. But they're the same man to punch the air when we start losing. And at night, they're staring at the wall and the ceiling, wondering why we lost. But they have these high expectations, but they don't have no expectation with the squad and manager. What's the point? You're going to bed angry. You're going to go to work angry. And you might say, you know what? Some of these men probably punch up their misses afterwards after a game. That's what it is. Because they got mad expectations that they can't agree with.
Hey, hold on, Cass. Hold on. I've just realized why Ian's so angry. He thought they were going to win the league this season because Bayern Leverkusen did it. And he's lost to Brighton.
I'm vexed every season, bro. I've been angry. My blood pressure's risen for the last 10 years. Last 10 years.
Oh my god, man! You need it.
Every season, my expectations for United to win the league, and that's never going to waver.
You need to change your expectations.
It's never going to waver, bro.
You know what it is? I think
the problem is. Look,
go on.
The way the success is measured, as far as I'm concerned, is to win your domestic league. That's
you know what? You're in the process.
This whole idea of what the fuck's top four? What is that?
No, I hear it. I hear it, but
you wouldn't know. He wasn't in it last year, so you have to kind of learn that there's a process to this. That's what they're trying to explain.
Newcastle FC, bro. Come on.
Look at that. Who finished above you last season? It was Newcastle FC.
There's no comparison there, man.
You know when you start punching down, you're losing. You're losing the fight. You're losing the fight, my friend.
You turn around and say, we signed Isaac. No, bro.
You're with us.
Liverpool's got West Ham next. That's always.
Ian, you roll up to St. James's Park next week. Are you going to win the game?
Say that again.
You heard what I said.
I didn't hear what you said.
You heard what you said. If Man United roll up to St. James's Park next week, are you winning that game? Can you say that with chest?
Yeah? We got you next week.
I'm giving you an example. If you're saying you're punching down at Newcastle, right? And I'm saying to you, if Man United roll up to Newcastle United next week at St. James's Park, are you confident that you're going to win that game?
Yeah.
Why? You don't like this team or manager?
Right. What I would say about the difference.
That was the worst year I've ever heard.
I tell you what I will say is this. No, what I would say is this. The difference between this season and last season is that we shore it up in defense.
We'll get this mortgage.
Right? So we don't get broken on as badly as we did last season, where we were doing the 3-1-6 that I've always talked about.
We're still doing the 3-1-6, by the way.
No, but the 3-1-6 isn't as potent because we're not playing with a striker now. When Højlund comes back into the team, I promise you it will be a lot worse because Mason Mount ain't going to be in the team.
No, but Xerxes there. He's our striker.
Xerxes not going to lead a press in that capacity.
What do you mean? Xerxes is a pressing striker. That's his game, Bologna. Yeah, he's a pressing striker. He closed down a lot of spaces.
In the minutes I've seen him playing, he's not.
Calafiori and Xerxes played in the same high pressing, intense Bologna.
That's what I'm trying to get across. The thing is, I think
he's lost his head, Cass.
The thing is, out of position.
He's just saying anything.
I think Man United do a little bit what Arsenal do out of possession. You see even Man City. I think most top teams do it now. The 4-4-2 out of position staggered is the way we press out of it. Just but going forward, we still do the same thing 3-1-6. He's just trying to improve the player to do that, right? But we'll see if that works or not because, well, you don't know. I know from facts, if I'm going to St. James's Park, I know if I might be confident getting a 1-0 smash and grab because historically, again, when I've mentioned bogey teams, no matter how good Man United have been, St. James's Park is just not the one because once you get their crowd going, it's like a cauldron. Don't do it.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Rile them up.
They were never a bogey team up until the point Mourinho lost to them 1-0. They were never a bogey team. They were never a bogey team.
Man United, I still look at Newcastle as one of an old back in the day rival. I don't like them in it. I love the people. They're the greatest people I reckon in England. But other than Mandem, they just get on. There's something about them that they want to be a part of the table. They're not. Yeah, they got Paul Mitchell. When you're a playing man that used to work for flipping Tottenham, that's when I lose respect. Yeah. So, anyways, long story short, I agree with a lot of what Toon Tactics is saying as well. Right now, it's a process. The thing is, you can keep your mentality up there, which is my one is to get the league. But my expectations for the time being on objectives can change over time. But you got to be realistic with it, unfortunately, because that's the reality check on Man United. Because we're like, if not, we're not because.
If we're spending more than anybody else,
we're not though.
on targets, if we're spending more than anybody else in the summer transfer window, why is the expectation not to win the league?
Tottenham spent more than us.
Let me finish. We've outspent Tottenham, we've outspent Liverpool, we've outspent Spurs, we've outspent Arsenal. Why is the aim not to win the league? Please tell me.
Right now it's because
you're not that team. Like, I don't know how else we can explain it.
Those guys,
remember, we started this topic talking about Man United. Remember, we started talking about Man City's and Arsenal style and the evolution of that style. It's taken years to get to this process. I was actually going to say that Pep Guardiola has fused both in terms of styles, in terms of direct play and controlled football. Controlled football in the midfield, direct play in the wings. No one can do that as yet to the top level that Guardiola is able to do. That's what's made them so lethal. So they can dictate the play. They can rest when they want to rest. They can press when they want to press. And no one has been able to get that style. Arsenal did the closest. Arsenal are the closest at the moment, but to get to that point takes years of process, which is what you can't throw any. You can't throw. Look, if you put. This is what I keep going back to. If we put Ilkay Gundogan, I'll just finish. If we put Ilkay Gundogan, Savinho. You know what Allardyce said on TalkSport. Let me just finish. If we put Ilkay Gundogan, Savinho, and Calafiore into Man United squad right now, you're not going to win the league, Ian. If you put Savinho, Gundogan, you're not going to win the league.
It's more than this. It's more than this. What's something?
I need to develop a style of play. We've got to do that. No, bro.
No, but you know what it is, though? You know what it is? Can I add something that's no one's actually mentioned as well? The difference with Liverpool when they got bought by FSG, right? Arsenal, as soon as Josh Kroenke come in to steady the ship and you know what, actually gained some footballing control. Same thing with Man City when they brought in all the Barcelona lot, yeah? The difference is structure behind the doors rather because it affects what goes on the pitch. Every single one of those clubs have had something stable going forward. The thing is why I can't say, it's Ten Hag's first season, needs to deliver. Bro, as a Man United fan, we need to expect trophies every year, no matter what trophy it is. There needs to be one, even if it's shit, because I need to get back. I need to snatch that chain in it. So for me, it's like, because there's been a reset of structure behind the doors, footballing wise, that's why I gave Ten Hag the chance to prove what he can hopefully show and what he should need to show to be a Manchester United manager. But beforehand, that's why I say, even if it's third year, technically it's like his first year to me, because now we're going through another rebuild of a rebuild. This looks like the reset that I think even anyone that knows basic football knows that there's some good structure going in behind with footballing people. We used to have bankers that they know what they're doing. We had man going over to Spain to just bring back some paella, bro. He didn't bring us the young.
I want to talk about the football again, because obviously we were talking about football.
Blazers took over in 2015.
I want to know about
2005.
He hates Man U.
Blazers took over in 2005. You're complaining about.
He hates Man U.
He's finished. He's gone. He's gone.
I'm tired of Man United fans, bro.
Hey, I've never seen someone finish a liter of water so quickly.
Oh man! All I wanted to ask was that 3-1-6 you guys have been talking about. That is that sustainable? Is that
absolutely not?
Is that a way forward for Man United? Can they progress?
It depends for me, from what I saw at the back end of last season, if I want to use that as a measuring stick, that this time around, instead of allowing one of the fullbacks to go super high and wide, at times he's had one of them more playing with the DM, if that makes sense. Dalot. We saw Dalot invert. He's been doing it from left back, while Mazraoui, they kind of chop and change. Yeah. I think he needs to work out who's better. I think you can leave Diallo by himself. I reckon Rashford's it's the left hand side that needs work. Because Rashford, when he cuts inside, needs someone that's gonna overlap. That's where you miss a Luke Shaw. But I think what I've seen is just shape and compactness in Man United's latest games. It's just putting chances to bed, because we were having a different conversation right now if they put what they needed to bed. But I think you can build off of the performances for what we've seen at the moment. But as I said in it, with Man United, there's a long way to go, and I need to see all the signings you made on the pitch so I can judge the manager correctly. But at the same time, you can't be losing to Liverpool at Old Trafford, because for me, that is unforgivable.
You need to see all the new signings on the pitch before you can judge the manager properly. So 2 years wasn't enough for you to judge the manager properly.
First year, I think a lot of us were gassed, but it was counter-attack and more time. And I was at pretty much every single home game at Man United. So I knew the feeling around the club. It was buzzing. The second season, this is why I gave him a little bit of leeway in my decision towards the end. It's because he got it horribly wrong. And you know what? The recruitment was horrible as well, which he was involved with. This time around, to cancel out like a positive and a negative together, obviously, I think it's neutral at this point. You need to deliver me something now, innit? I need to see something. You got a whole new coaching staff and Ruud van Nistelrooy, Van Heck, and whatever his name is, and all the rest of the crew. I need to see something now. Like, I think it's fair to judge him now because you know what? I hate a lot of the squad of last year. I hate them. McTominay, oh my god! When I tell you this man is just basically Peter Crouch in centre mid with less technique, people don't want to believe me. The guy's garbage. There's a lot of non-footballers at Man United. We lack good footballers at United,
Cash,
and that's the issue.
Cash, you said something about losing to Liverpool is unacceptable. Don't do that.
100%. I'm not saying because you're bad. No. It's not because you're bad or anything like that. Obviously, you're not a bad team. You ain't been a bad team for a while, innit? But it's just for me because I'm in the mode with Ten Hag as a manager, right? And I need to see improvement of results last year. If you all of a sudden go and lose to Liverpool when I saw in the first season that you comfortably beat them, right? At the ground 2-1. I remember Sancho, and we missed a bag of chances as well. If I don't see the same thing, then you're going backwards for me, even though Ineos has given him the tools to do something a little bit different. When you deep it, Liverpool ain't changed their squad. They just changed their midfield of last year. They ain't done much to do with it. I'm not going to see Kays on Sunday. I'm going to see Agate on Sunday at some point. I need to see something. Yeah, because you know what?
You said we're going backwards. He went from 3rd to 8th. That's going backwards, bro.
I know, but I'm giving my man said, I'll give him a grace period to see what he can do in the next game.
Grace period of
just to say that his grace period is different to yours, guys. He's a Liverpool fan. Just to say that he's been disingenuous.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes you just got to look at it and just let it do its thing for now, man. I need to see Liverpool, Southampton, and whatever the rest of it, especially Tottenham.
Okay, so if we lose to Liverpool on Sunday, what's your position?
I'm not gonna lie, like. I'll be looking at it. Depends how we lose, but obviously at the same time, if we do lose, regardless of the result, I'll be looking at it very sideways, bro. And I think a lot of Man United fans will be looking at it sideways. Because you know what, Liverpool. Sometimes Liverpool. I'm not looking at the progress against Liverpool because when it comes to top teams versus top teams, bro, like I said, tactics got out the window. Who wants it more? Let me know if you've got heart and you can manage and put heart into this team to go and get that result. I need it. If there's a draw. It's not the worst in the world, don't get me wrong, but again, I won't be happy.
But if you look at our midfield now, we don't have a dog in midfield.
We do.
Who?
Agate.
Is he going to play on Sunday? He's not going to play on Sunday.
He's not going to start, but at the same time, you can manage a situation better in it. You got to know, don't be naive against Liverpool at the same time. Don't be open like
starting lineup on Sunday.
Unfortunately, I'll just bring in 2 players in it, yeah. The Ligt for Maguire and I put Xerxes in for Mount, and that's it. And I think we'll go for that.
You wouldn't drop Manu.
What?
Whoa!
The best player in the world.
Excuse me.
What?
Kobe Manu, best player in the world, bro. Why would I drop Kobe to who? Wait, hold on. Drop Kobe to who?
I'm gonna fill this up with vodka in a second.
Man said drop Kobe. Drop Kobe.
Oh my days, bro.
The one who's won us to actually, you know what? He's got the highest interceptions in the league at the moment, and guess what? He's got the highest take-ons in world football bar Yamal. So you know what's so mad? In centre mid stats, don't get me wrong, he has his deficiencies in it, and I understand that. But if I'm looking at dropping anyone, if I'm dropping anyone, it's probably either Bruno Fernandes or Casemiro because I don't like none of them.
This is the point I'm making. With
man said Kobe.
Do you like football? Sorry, I'm gonna break it down for you. Did you watch the charity community shield game?
What, when he wasn't fit and he just come back?
That don't count. No, we won that, and everybody said that don't count. So that game don't count.
What are you on about?
He can't run. He does not get about the pitch.
Do you know he came back a week just after? You know he just come out from his holiday 1 week, and he got put in a deep end.
Professional footballer.
It don't matter. Fitness is fitness.
I'm going to hold you to this about Diallo, Ian. Whenever this comes up with Diallo, I'm going to hold you with that same measurement. He's a professional footballer. I'm gonna be sticking that on.
I don't understand that. Does fitness not exist? If I go play I am playing pre-season, yeah, like I am kickball in about 2 years consistently, and I need mad fitness. I've got ability. Don't get me wrong. I could be fit, But even at my fit stage, I know my first game, I'm blowing, bro. No matter what. If I've had a 4-week period where you lose 75% of your fitness, which is factually correct in 3 weeks, yeah, if you don't do no fitness, I'm expected to go and have a top draw performance against Man City.
I'm not saying it's top draw performance. It doesn't expect your speed. That's the point.
I actually agree with you, Ian. He's not the most athletic.
And that's the problem.
That doesn't mean that he's not. Look at Jorginho with the right surrounding. The
problem is we don't have the right surrounding.
I think not the man's part is.
The man's part is 2 out of 3 times. Yeah,
Kobe. He's a good player though.
Dominated Liverpool.
Look, I'm not taking away from him. He's a good player. I think you're missing the point I'm making. I'm criticizing the deficiencies. And in a game like Liverpool, for me, he cannot start that game.
So who starts though?
This me. Physically, he cannot start that game. He cannot start that game.
Why don't
Is it injuries?
I would be like, I need to go pray another. That 2-4. That can actually. What is going on?
You guys fully strength.
I doubt it.
Sorry, my head's gone, bro. You know what it is? You know what it is? I understand Kobe's not the most athletic, but I know that when it comes to defensive duties, when he needs to or relied upon, and also when it comes to actually progressing the ball forward by carries or anything along, or just being a good footballer at that, beating a player, even in centre mid, he's that guy. Yeah.
What makes me laugh here is
the thing is you have to hide deficiencies. Not every player is complete. Yeah, if you don't have Thiago,
Pogba got slated for. Everything.
I never slated Pogba. We just didn't
build
around him.
I'm talking about United fans as a whole. Everything that Pogba used to do, he used to get slated. Kobe gets praised for.
Yeah, but United fans, the thing is, they're gonna. Obviously, my man plays for England national team. Yeah, but I don't want to use Pogba as a measuring stick for why I should also be now cussing Kobe because of the same things that other United fans did.
I'm not saying cussing.
But the thing is, to come out of the team, when out 2 out of 3 performances against Liverpool, Kobe ran the midfield against Gravenberch was in one of them games, and McAllister. At Anfield, he dogged you, man.
Because of that mazy run.
No, he wasn't. It was more than that. Because he was putting himself about.
Yeah, put the midfield up, please.
Yeah, see this
beg you, please.
It's gonna be.
Tell me who goes in this midfield.
Ericsson is still there.
Because you're talking like you're Drake. Midfielders, please highlight to me who you want to start in this midfield. If you don't,
we don't know who's starting in midfield.
If Ugarte is there, you put Cass, Ugarte, and Bruno. That's it.
Why would you put Ugarte and Bruno? What's that? There's no control in the midfield then. There's not one player that's got great ball retention and got. You think Bruno Fernandes is great at retaining the ball?
Of course he is.
But you think Ugarte is? Ugarte's too safe.
Legs in the midfield, bro.
Yeah, but that's why we bought Ugarte to help Kobe with that situation.
Hey, yo, Ian, I know why you're pissed now looking at this squad, man. Nah, this can't be right.
He's human.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff ain't been updated at the same time. But anyways, like McTominay ain't there no more.
Shocking, bro. Shocking.
No, but that midfield, for you to say
you go through that whole. Look at all the.
That's mad. We don't even have McTominay playing for us no more. Ericsson's about to leave. How about that?
Go up, Ash, go up.
All right, you know what? Ask yourself this, Ian.
Evans can't be there.
Would Xabi Alonso play Kobe?
No,
easy.
This can't be the team, bro.
I think he will.
Man said Xabi Alonso, bro.
He's a proven coach.
Yeah, but was you saying the same thing when Eric Ten Hag first come in the doors? Were you saying he was crap? Because last time I checked, most Man United fans were gassed.
I wanted Ten Hag to come to the club.
Exactly. So,
and then the problem is, in the second season, he showed me what he's about.
Yeah, bro. At this time, I think you can allow him some time. You can allow him a short space of time to see what he can do with what he's got.
I'll tell you what. You know when I actually gave up on Ten Hag and when I realized he was a fraud. When he tried to sign Arnautovic, that's when I knew there's a problem with this guy.
No, he didn't. The club did.
Bro, no. I'm not going to have that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to have that. Because he went in a presser himself. And what did he say? He said that he has a hand in all transfers.
He does. No, he has a veto.
He said that. So we can sit down. We can make. Look, if it came from the horse's mouth, I don't want to hear anything else about. Oh, it's a club signing. No.
Did he specifically say I'm trying to sign an Arnautovic?
You to account for it.
Did he specifically say I'm trying to sign an Arnautovic?
Bro, in the presser, he said they asked him. He said, "Oh, you trying to say?" He said, "Are you involved in the transfer?" He said, "Yes." He said he has a hand in all transfers.
So why didn't we sign an out of it?
He said impresses. He's categorically said impresses himself that he has a hand in every transfer that comes to this club.
And you know his fault that is. That's Glazers, not Ineos. That's Glazers for giving him such a contract, for giving him power. No, but Glazers gave him the contract. John Murtough, Richard Arnold, and Murtough. John Murtough from a Glazer regime gave him that contract. They offered him that contract.
Ten Hag is standing on his business, man. Look, Sunday's going to be.
He signed 44% of his signings.
And to be fair, you know what? Ten Hag has some horrible talent ID, but at the same time, so did Klopp. So did Klopp. He wanted to, bro, before Mane and Salah and all that, you want to sign next man like Gertz, flipping, what's it called? What's the other dude? Julian Brandt and them, man. Yeah. Bro, most managers have horrible talent ID, but that's why you look at your recruitment. That's down to the club to figure out with him. Obviously now Ineos, who I'm pretty sure a lot of the time, Ten Hag probably said, I don't want this, but apparently he's been unison on some of the players they're getting. It's always like that in every club.
The thing is,
he's got veto. So why don't we have an Arnautovic then? If it was up to him, why don't we have an Arnautovic?
But if that's the case, at least be coy about it in presses and just turn around and say,
this
is a club decision. No, just say it's a club decision. The moment you own it yourself, I'm now holding you to account for that.
The guy's Dutch. If anyone knows anything about anyone knows anything about Dutch, very direct.
No, they're very direct.
The case. They're very direct, and he hasn't done that.
So man told the truth, and man ain't getting angry about it.
You know what? This is the whole point of Ten Hag. Remember the Sancho situation? I know I'm not going to go way back with it, but before he actually said he's not training well, for months he wouldn't tell people what the problem was, and people were absolutely slating him for not telling the truth. The one time, and it was actually like a 10-minute interview, about 8 minutes into it, they asked him about Sancho, and he actually disclosed what happened. He got absolutely hammered by Man United fans. Why did you tell us the
racist?
Truth?
Yeah,
you know what it is? It's got to the point now, with United fans where no matter what he says, it's like that X, innit? They just whatever they do gives you the ick. Even if it's something that's positive, nah, fuck that. I don't want to hear it. It's just the ick.
The polls are saying that most of the fans want him in. The
thing is, I look at a manager that's available. Even I look at tools. I think my guy in the bottom right, like some Arsenal fans want Arteta sacked, because he ain't won nothing. Well, not you. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying Arsenal fans, right? I don't know what your case is on that. By the end of the day, when you think about it, you look at what's actually available, what you can go and grab that's available right now. There's nothing, because the manager market right now stinks of cheeks. It's cheeks. I don't think there's no manager that can come in right now for Man United and set the league like the way you want it to, because they're unattainable. Xabi Alonso, if the one that you like, is going Real Madrid.
True.
Where's all the other proven winners? Last time I checked, Simeone Inzaghi plays an awful brand of football.
He trumped that idea that you need 3 years to go and build and start doing this.
We couldn't get Nagelsmann.
Germania though.
We couldn't get Nagelsmann. He signed a new contract there and then. Like, we couldn't get him. He's made it specifically clear he wants to stay on until the World Cup. So we're not getting him either. He's not Nagelsmann, and he's not a winner. By the way, he's not won nothing.
True.
So all these winners that everyone wants are not the only one that's actually around.
Oh, I want to know. Listen,
we're writing a Bayern Munich Bundesliga. I could do that, bro. It's like saying Pochettino. Pochettino's a great winner. Pochettino's a great winner. He won it at PSG.
City has won 6 of the last Premier League seasons.
I'm not being funny, but I don't think
6 of the last 7. I should say.
No one coming in and competing with Pep. If you want to say Tuchel, he's a shit league manager.
Guys, I want to know.
Think of is one man, but he won't come into a building project. It's only Zidane. There's nobody else.
Ask me this. You said you're beating Liverpool. What's the score?
I'm gonna go with 2-1. 2-0 or 2-1.
I respect it though.
Where are you gonna get the 2 goals from?
Well, we're just scoring it. It's one of those. I don't know. I can't envision it. But last time we scored enough goals against them at Old Trafford, 2 in the league, 3 in the other one. Credit, there was obviously extra time. Goals will come from somewhere. I remember Elanga having a chance and hitting the post. I remember watching it thinking, you're a dickhead for hitting that post. I saw Rashford score just about offside goal. The thing is, and we didn't even play progressive football back then, but in moments, you just know, Man at Old Trafford,
last season.
It's score.
56 league goals last season.
We owe the Premier League.
We're now going to be slapping in one of the best teams in the league with ease
just by 2 goals.
Yeah, but by that metric, then you should never beat City. You beat them.
Ash,
I understand what you lot are saying about it's unlikely for Man U to win, but if there is any team that when they're supposed to lose a fucking game, don't lose it, it has been Man U rather recently, to be honest. So I understand where he's coming from, to be honest.
Can I pinpoint a highlight or key moment that I believe is gonna happen? There's one player. See Gravenberch in the middle of that field, yeah. When he sees pressure by a big team that's not Ipswich Town, credit last year, I can give you moments here. When it comes to a team that likes to press him and all that, the guy's such a confidence player. They play him.
Do you guys press?
Yeah, last 2 games we actually pressed. Yeah, last 2 games, yes we did. Yes, we have been pressing.
It's been better than last.
Yeah, but no, Ian, you should continue laughing. You thought you caught that joke. So on that note, keep laughing.
It's been better. It's been better.
But I'm just saying this year, when that guy under pressure, watch him get pressed. Watch that moment there. It's gonna annoy Liverpool fans. But one thing I give Liverpool. And you know what? I can see when Rashford just sees Trent, I know the guy's gonna smile. The guy's gonna smile when he sees. He's like, yeah, this is my revival time. It's
revival for what, bro? Just having a good game. Physically so much.
Yeah, I know, I hear it.
He doesn't beat players one-on-one.
It's not that hard to beat Trent in the 1v1. It's not that hard to beat.
He cannot beat players one-on-one no more. He cannot beat players one-on-one.
And I've highlighted one more weakness within Liverpool's team at this moment of time, yeah. And I think this is no. There's lot. Don't get me wrong. All right, calm down. I'm just saying, like Ahmad versus. I just seen that left back area of I seen them. Burma had a little bit of fun there, but just didn't get the joy he wanted at Anfield, obviously, because there was a lot of man was just doing dogs. Ahmad versus Robbo, can't wait. Can't wait.
Listen, we will surprise you because one thing you clearly think is we're going to play the ball all the time through Ryan in the midfield.
No, because you're long ball FC now.
Hold on 1 second. Just give me a second. We mentioned something about Pep, and Pep has found a way, yeah, because what I said I think I said it in the group chat. Teams are building up from the back so much that the minute some teams, and Man City are very good at it, go back to front very quickly and just bypass teams, they get in trouble. Yeah. Cass, we might go direct, and trust me, your back line is not going to cope with Salah, Diaz, and Jota.
We did last time.
I don't know who the back line is.
We done it last time.
Salah, Diaz in one. Last season was.
We did it against Klopp, bro.
No. But I'm saying but that's even better transition team, so even better. But I'm saying in the first season, why can we not? Why did we resort to last year when we didn't even have a full defense? We were playing Lindelof at left back. We were playing Amrabat at full back. Come on, man. There's a big difference in this.
That's not my beef.
That's not my squad now. They've got a different back line now. I'm just saying it.
United.
These men are too comfortable, bro. They get a reality check. And you know what? Are you running this? What day is it? Thursday, yeah. Next week, Thursday, yeah. Run this panel up.
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday, my bad.
What we're going to do this weekend? Yeah, this weekend, Ash. Yeah, Old Trafford has historically been a tricky ground, but I'm optimistic with the way we've started under Slot. There's a few positives that I didn't think we'll see this early in his integration with the players. I think the team are going to be ready for the challenge. And 2-0. Away win.
Where do you see their weaknesses? And what can you exploit from United? Because obviously he said Trent, I'm saying grab him, bitch. No, I said with his whole bitch. What is United?
Their back line. Their weaknesses lie in their back line.
No back.
Strengths lie in the forward line. So it's just going to come down to that. Can that back line that at Brighton just switched off?
Maguire and the man.
You're going to switch off with Salah lurking and Diaz and Jota and all these boys lurking. We'll run up the score.
Right then.
They're for a shot, man. They're for a shot, man.
I'm predicting a bad beating. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I see it being about 3. We're gonna lose about 3-0, and then it's gonna be about 3-0. We'll lose about 3-0.
I can't wait, man.
This
guy look like a crowd don't make a difference in certain games, bro. Players crumble.
It's not the first time we've been to Old Trafford.
Crumble. Different players, different thing, man. Stop living in the past, man. I'm blind off the cobwebs now, man. I've had enough.
There's a lot of players in the Liverpool team that have lived off certain crowds. Let's be clear here. These men aren't new to this.
Oh my God! If they're so good, they got one Premier League. Stop talking about historic. This ain't Jurassic Park, bro. Stop.
You keep bringing up history.
No, I don't. Because if I keep bringing up history, then I would have told why is my man in the bottom right got his 49 flipping games and unbeaten thing. What's the point? If anyone's doing it subconsciously, it's my man. So I ain't done that.
You should see the guy with the trophies at the back. He's different.
Hit Dog's Holler, man. I'm just minding my business, man.
Sorry, Rich, say that again.
Yeah.
Can you turn your volume up, Rich?
Is bringing up things in the past when it suits you. When it suits your argument, you bring up a whole heap of things from the past. As soon as it gets on top for you, you want to dismiss the argument. So either we're going to bring up things or we're not going to bring up things. I'm going to tell you now, this game coming up now, based on what I've seen this season alone, we've got enough to beat. You
know, you ain't highlight. All right, cool. Let's talk about this season then. In two halves against teams that I don't know why Brentford decided they want to be expansive and think they can play ball, but they did against Anfield. That's naive from Thomas Frank. In the first half, you was nothing good. Actually, why has that not been spoken about with Liverpool? They had a good second half. If anything, we can call it second half FC at this point.
90 minutes long.
Oh, now it's 90 minutes. So anyways, yeah. In that case, we talk about Ipswich, who had some joy down your wings. Actually, should have probably scored. Probably not enough to get over the line. You switched on the burners, and I credit Liverpool that when it comes to moments and quality, they got that in the bank over both of these teams. But no one wants to talk about someone that can probably hit someone more deadly on the counter than flipping Ipswich and flipping my man without even Tony on the pitch. It's probably Man United, actually, as it goes, you know. I think so. Because
we acted like we didn't have moments against
Fulham. Actually, you know what? I mean, if we got moments, if we do that, Fulham, we hit them. By the way, Fulham, we hit them hard. We just didn't bury our chances, by the way. And you go check it. Look how many chances that we scuffled in transition. We can talk about that. And we defended their transitions. One moment, actually, Garnacho gave away the ball. That's an individual mistake. Yeah, which we gave away. They didn't work for that. Really, we've done it out of our own bozo moment. Yeah, but so if we go on Brighton, who have tried to ping it down to the wings, if we really want to dissect a game of Man United versus Liverpool, how about the way we dealt with something that Liverpool have been quite good at right now is getting over to the wings as quick as possible, which we defended quite well against Brighton as it goes. What's the thing? Matoma and the right winger, that Minter that people were gassing from Newcastle.
No, but Minter kept fucking up. Let's be very clear.
Oh my God! Now you're a Man United fan. You're a Man United fan. You can't even give Mazraoui the low credit. You know what? Mazraoui the low must be very. You know what it is, Richie? What I'm trying to say is, with Liverpool, I'm not dismissing you, man. I think you, man, can definitely win on your day. I'm not gonna deny that. But at the same time, a rivalry is a rivalry, and a match on the day, I think it's about who wants it more, not about your tactics, right? We'll see who wants it more at this point, especially with a crowd against you. I think it's going to be very loud, in my opinion. But one thing I've been criticised about Liverpool, there's been this wankfest that they've been great over online, but at the end of the day, in the first half, they could have been hit. But you know what? Anfield, I can't lie. I expect to win versus Brentford. I don't care, even if Brentford are better in one half by a small margin, I would say. But Ipswich away from home, I'll judge it by that away from home performance. It wasn't all that. They hit moments down the left-hand side, right? Just little moments. But they should have killed them about 4-5-0 in the end. If we're being honest.
It was to be expected, you know. This was our first game with the new gaffer.
A newly promoted team.
Going to just walk into any stadium. It could have been against City or Ipswich.
No, but yeah. Richard, I could talk ball. I could talk ball. I could be shameless. But with my man over here, Ian, big up yourself, man. You're a United fan in your own right. However you want to support it, however you see fit. But all of a sudden, it's not the low or Mazraoui being good defensively. It's just Minter fucking up more time. You know what? I got told, Wobinho was gonna show up and we're gonna get a dagger by Smith Rowe. Let me know what happened there. They went missing, both of them. But I got told Fulham didn't have the quality going forward, even though it's pretty much the same that they had last time at Old Trafford. The thing is, people want to pick and choose moments to suit their agendas, but they can't praise the same way. I don't understand it. If I'm going to be more keen on it, it's Luis Diaz. For me, it's not even Salah. It's Luis Diaz for me. That's going to be the one I'm watching out for.
That has been one of my favorites. Very good defender.
I want to get some neutral perspectives, and I'm going to start with Chinks. What manager can get more out of their team in this meeting against a big rival, as they're saying, Man United versus Liverpool? Who will have the clinical edge in terms of putting their chances away? Whose defense can hold up? Whose midfield will dominate? What is your thoughts tactically or just on the game on the whole? Who do you think will have the edge on that day, man? Chinks.
To be entirely honest with you, unlike all you guys who just have all the answers, I actually don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because everything makes sense on paper, and this team's done well of late, and Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. We should have beat Villa last season. You know, all this stuff sounds good on paper, but on the day, like, you never know. Realistically speaking, based on recent history and recent league finishes and recent league form, it should be Liverpool. Liverpool should win. They have a new manager. They've been on quite a good path. Who knows what they're like if they might, I don't know, if Man U stand up to them, rattles their faith or their belief a little bit. Like, do you know what I mean? So logically thinking, it should be Liverpool. I say that come out on top. Pause if I have to, but I do understand where Cass is coming from, because I've seen it where Man United mysteriously just turn up on days when they shouldn't. They won. What cup did they won the cup because of it? I've had it thrown in my face all off season about Arteta is useless. He's not won nothing. Ten Hag's won 2 trophies when they want to argue with us. But then the rest of the season, when they're getting battered in the league, they want to be upset at their team. Like, it's all over the place. Me, genuinely speaking, I honestly don't know. I see where everyone's coming from. I'm just gonna enjoy the game for what it is, because I don't have a crystal ball.
Who you lot got? You got Brighton, right?
Yeah.
At
Cool.
home, yeah.
Watch how Arsenal deal with Brighton.
At home.
That's absurd, though. That's absurd. Brighton are a good team, though, bro.
Nah, Chinks, you're downplaying
Bro,
it. You
Chinks, you're lying to yourself, bro.
You slapped them 3-0 last year.
You are going to put them away. You're going to put them in a split that day, bro. Like, we make teams look good. That's the difference.
No, but no, this is what the issue is, though, Ian. Teams are good. Like, every team is managed. Every team is managed well. Like, it's all shown. Systems can win a game if you're tactically well. Last season, we couldn't beat a mid-block. Was it Porto, Bayern, and Villa? We all mid-blocks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Would you favor a system over a player, or would you build the system around?
I'm an happy Arsenal fan at the moment. Systems will go. Do you know what I mean? I've been that guy. Remember when we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, and when he wanted to show up late in his Lambo, we still had, like, do you know what I mean? I've been that whole base it on a player. That just doesn't it's not feasible. What happens if they get injured? It's just, it's nonsense. For the club, for the fruition of beautiful football, it's about like a system. Do you know what I mean? Systems.
It's about adaptation as well, where you've got certain players with certain, technical abilities that you might have to adjust the system to suit and get the best out of that player. For example, Zidane, when he was at Juventus, I know it was old school 90s, but I think the manager Ancelotti tried to play him as a right mid, realized that, he's a 10, you know what I'm saying? Adjusted the team for him, and then they got the best out of Zidane and the team, you know what I'm saying?
Football's not the same no more, man. Let's be real, man. Systems just the future, innit? So I think we all enjoyed that 90s to 2000s period where it was just go do your thing, man. Flair, loved it. Charisma, Nani, all of them, man. JJ Kocha, man.
You know, it's hilarious. How do you feel about that period, Toon?
The
Man United fans conveniently loved the 90s.
No, but I'm talking about
put aside us winning. The football for me was way more enjoyable.
Why?
I don't know. I think obviously for most of us,
more expressive, innit? More expressive. What I fell in love with Ronaldinho,
60 years old. We look. If I look back in those days, obviously I'm more looking from a teenager's and child's eyes type of thing. So you kind of got your rose tinted glasses on. I don't know if you guys have watched back some of the footballs in the 2010. Not all of them were this, kind of sexy football at the time. It was like
it wasn't.
Long balls in the air, all of that kind of stuff as well. Yeah. I think football's evolved, and I think the more people get used to the systems, the more you see individual brilliance and stuff. So I think the football's improved in both ends. I think, in my opinion, and this is just like my hypothesis, I think fans of the top elite clubs, your Man Uniteds, Liverpools, Arsenals, because you're so used to seeing your teams winning in those type of environments, now that you're seeing the other teams improving stylistically, improving with their systems and whatnot, a lot of you fans, I'm not saying here, I'm speaking abstract, kind of in abstract, when I say you fans, don't like the football now. But whereas fans like, whether you support Brentford, Brighton, for instance, and you're getting wins against the big teams, you're like, The football is incredible. It's amazing.
Yeah, wins against Man United. That's the difference.
Well, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying
and Cities of this world and Liverpool's. They're getting wins against Man United. There's a difference.
I'm talking about expression.
It's changed.
Expression in the game.
Your mind is like stuck in 2010. Like Brighton played better football than you. You have to get that in your mind.
They played better football last season.
They played better football than most, man.
Exactly.
Last season, under De Zerbi last season. We're not talking about Brighton.
For the last 3-4 years, they've played better football than you. They've had a midfield. You haven't had a midfield for the last 2-3 years.
Balanced, anyways. Yeah. I think on the expressive level, like the expressive to do what you feel like on the ball, flicks, tricks, all of that kind. It's kind of been. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Our goalkeeper is now more judged by what he can do with his feet than actually saving a bottom bins or top bin goal.
What do you think about Onana now that we're on that topic?
We're not playing to. I'm not gonna lie.
We're doing predictions. What's this Man United FC show today? Like, Onana, Pogba. Who cares, bro?
Misery loves fucking company, eh?
That's not. I need your opinion, bro.
I'll wait on that one.
Predictions,
you've been very.
We're doing Onana's biography here as well. Onana biography, Pogba biography, Kobe Mainoo.
No, that's funny.
He's got trophies though.
Toon, you should be used to this, bro. No one talks about your club.
You see.
That train's never late, Toon. Train's never late.
You know what it is? He's probably just stressed out that he ain't in his lifetime. He's never seen a trophy.
I haven't.
And you know the maddest thing is since 1959 or something like that, yeah. And second of all,
longer than that. It's been 69 years.
Wow, sex positions and that. But what's it called? Trafalgar Square trophy.
Is that what's on line this late evening?
Come on, man. I'm not married yet, so I can't do that. But yeah, man. You won the Trafalgar Square trophy. You won that one before the Carabao Cup final. I'll give you that.
Look at that.
They were talking about whose fans make the most noise in the stadium.
Missing out on.
That's
why when you guys are crying about football and systems,
look at these guys.
They got in the 90s and 2010s. I shed no tears for you guys. You've got a guy saying Kobe Mainoo should be playing on Liverpool. That's how back your knowledge is of what's going on in football right now. Kobe Mainoo should absolutely. You got beaten by Billy Gilmore. You got beaten by the centre. Talking about your team against Brighton. For the first 35 minutes, you guys were really good. I liked your press and how you were coordinating the press. I think for me, watching it, what happened is once that press faded because literally Brighton are so good at playing the ball at the back, so good at sucking out that energy from you, that once those channels started opening, Billy Gilmore started getting into the game a lot more, hitting those wings, and you guys were hurt. But because you're Man United here, and all you see is glory and trophies, you don't see how a system of players who cost 200 to 300 million less than your team outplayed you and whooped you.
And this is exactly why it's a problem. So when I talk about the manager, when I talk about the manager, who has the financial wherewithal,
this guy
financial wherewithal to employ the right coaches to deploy certain systems, that is an issue. Because why can Brighton play better football than us? Why can Villa play better football than us?
Ian, I challenge you. Tell me something you like about Man U.
Say that again.
Tell me something you like about Man U, please.
They wear red.
This guy's like, I hate the fucking lunch lady. Stupid hair.
I hate the black.
You cannot beat the atmosphere. You cannot beat the atmosphere.
What's your prediction here? What's your prediction against Liverpool?
I've said we're going to lose.
What's your prediction too? What's your prediction?
Do you know what? It's funny. I was going to give a slightly different scoreline, then Ian's convinced me not. And listening to Ian and Cass talking, I do think that you guys, there is, no matter what people are saying, there are improvements in Man United. Like I said, you had a very good coordinated press against Brighton. You was preventing them from playing. You wasn't passively aggressive, passively pressing. You were actively pressing. Some of those things they couldn't pull off. They couldn't play through the centre. Not many teams can do that to Brighton. However, obviously it takes a lot of energy. And against Fulham, I like some of the one-touch, sometimes two-touch football you play through your midfield. So you're quite good in terms of when you're getting pressed as well. I kind of see the first half have been very kind of a 0-0 scoreline. I think you'll fade in the second half. I'll give a 2-1 to Liverpool.
Crazy. I think it's going to be mad because it's at Old Trafford. And I just think Yeah, at Old Trafford, it's always a different story. If it was at Anfield, I'll go for Liverpool. But Man U, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think they might edge it. But if they lose, I'm expecting Cass to join Ian on this Ten Hag out rhythm. Yeah, I'm trying to say, I'm expecting to see a change in the mood and the energy. All those financial talks and all this, settling period and infrastructure. Well, football at the end of the day is football. It's being played on a pitch. And us fans were very black and white when it comes to winning or losing. Winning, you can change the whole energy and atmosphere. Lose, and all of a sudden, like, Ten Hag's under pressure. And it's the way you lose as well. I think if you lot get slapped, oh, Lord have mercy.
Have you noticed, every time he gets slapped, have you noticed Ten Hag changes the what his original plan was from the season? He always does it.
Is that positive then?
He adapts, right? Tottenham fans are complaining that Ange does the same thing.
I want him to be brave and have a style of play and stick to it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't want to see him.
He's done it the last 2 years.
Yeah, but of course you would, you Spursy. You lot didn't even have the players. You had 10 good games at the start of the season. High line against 9 men.
Get the Barbies ready.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Ash, I want to ask you a question, yeah? Do you genuinely want the best for Man U?
Huh?
Do you want the best for Man U?
Do I want the best for Man U?
Your pure intentions in your heart. Do you want the best for them?
No.
You know what? Like, I could care less if I'm being totally honest. Like,
and this is what I want to highlight to you, Ian. Remember, you agree with him. What's wrong here?
Quick, hold on. Ask one more question for you. Who you got on the weekend?
Oh, we're that section there. Newcastle.
Richie, I'm here for this one. I'm here for this.
I've never seen a team more scared to play. You guys have been planning for this since the beginning of the season. It makes me making me laugh. Like, honestly.
Hey, can I add some clarification? No Solanke in training. No Van der Ven. No Richarlison.
Whoa.
What, in training? They're not training.
Yeah, they're not training.
Allegedly.
No, they're not allegedly. They're not shown.
You've got a search party out for them, so we don't know. They might be in the vicinity somewhere. They might be in a hotel sleeping.
Wait, didn't Richarlison come off in one of the games? Was it what game was it that he had to come off? It was he tweaked something. I swear.
No, Solanke come off.
Was it Solanke? Yeah, man. You're getting rubbed. Van der Ven. You know what it is? Van der Ven, I'm not even going. When I see, I swear on my life, I see Spurs fans, they have these little giddy moments and they think they can't get caught out. Ash is a little bit different compared to the rest that I come across on YouTube, but they talk like they're something. Like they should. I don't even know why it's called a top 6 when someone that ain't even won more trophies than Everton. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand. It's just.
Because the Premier League is the best market.
I'm calling it now, innit? Van der Ven is ducking Alexander Isak, and I promise you, man, don't want to be eating grass again because you know what it is. You know what I hate about Newcastle,
Van der Ven.
Newcastle have been poor in all 3 of their games. And I think today that I don't know if they were anything decent, but from what I can see online, it's not been the greatest, but they got it over the line. But this is when it comes down to Newcastle, where it's like they're due a performance. And what better team to do it against other than Mr. High Line for Life, Mr. Ange? You know what I'm saying? You're getting dick down, bro. I'm sorry. I'm telling you now, it's 3-0 settings written all over this.
Where is it at? St. James's Park.
St. James's. They are getting absolutely roasted.
Rolled over still. Pause.
Oh, man.
Bring your cardboard. You're going to be breakdancing again.
Tonali's first game back today.
Oh, is it?
Is he back already?
Super mid player, anyways.
Star boy.
He's better than all your midfield.
No, he really isn't.
You really put Tonali right now.
How do you know that? The brother's barely played.
He's still better. That's what I'm saying. He's still better.
Nah, he's not. Bobby's better than all. You know what the maddest thing is? Bruno Guimaraes has never had a good game against Man United, yeah? And the only player that has that always gives us trouble is Joe Linton. PMP.
Mr. Celebrate when he wins one duel. Useless.
Tonali is stiff, yeah. But we'll see how he does on the weekend. Because you know what? I expected a run over Papa Sarr and all them.
Joe Linton is awful, bro.
Yeah, why have you put it up now? Why are you talking now? Why are you talking now?
Can I ask you something, Ian? Yeah.
Hands up. Who prefers Man United midfield compared to Newcastle's?
Even I'm not putting my hand up for that.
You know what? But forget. You know what? You should do soon, yeah. Because you know what's funny.
The only person I'm having is BG.
Can I ask Ian a question quickly? Because I need to understand the logic. You believe Joe Linton is awful because of the game against Bournemouth, right? This season? Or
I'm talking about in general.
You think Joe Linton is awful?
I don't think.
No, but hold on, Cass. This is where we highlight anger and bullshit, yeah. Because remember what he. This is why. Toon, you watch Newcastle quite regularly, don't you?
Yes.
So you know, even for whatever Joe Linton lacks in, yeah. You know this that term. He's got that dog in him.
Oh, 100%.
Would you say
100%.
that applies to him?
Oh, 100%.
And you remember earlier in the broadcast when Ian was like, "Man United midfielders got no dog."
I never said that. I wouldn't even use that expression.
You can't see quality.
I said that. He lacked.
He said it.
This is why
they've got no dog.
Kobe Mainu ain't got it.
You say you want athleticism in midfield, you don't like Joe Linton.
We just got rid of
He lacks athleticism.
Yeah, but that's where we got
Joe Linton lacks athleticism.
Wait,
Kobe Mainu.
So what does Joe Linton have then? Out of all the attributes he has,
he's got an engine, man.
He's got athleticism.
His footwork ain't that bad.
Everything you was criticizing Kobe for not having, now it's conveniently irrelevant.
Because you know what they're complete opposite players, isn't it? Everything Kobe can do that excels at, Joe Linton probably can't. But
he cannot.
That's
what
but Joe Linton, the thing is, this ain't about Man United, by the way. But I like to highlight this is why we bought in Nagate for that athleticism. Not as powerful, by the way, not as powerful as a Joe Linton, but to disrespect Joe Linton on this live is insane to me, especially when my man's a converted striker out of all people. You know what I mean?
True.
Medium.
Yeah.
Like
what do you think of Alan Smith, Ian? What's your viewpoints of Alan Smith?
United Alan Smith. He was awful as well, fam.
No, he wasn't.
He was awful.
No, he wasn't. He was good up. Alan Smith was awful. That's mad. That's mad still.
Pogba was elite.
Was Owen Hargreaves better than him at United?
Who?
Was Owen Hargreaves better than Alan Smith at United?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Wow, no, you are crazy. You are crazy.
Owen Hargreaves is a quality player.
Hey, let me know when he was available. He was barely available. Barely available. Alan Smith was good up until the leg break from John Arisa. I remember that game like it was yesterday.
Wait, hold on. Are you asking me if he was better than him, or is he?
No, he was not better than him, but he was good. But Alan Smith was good at United until he leg break, man. He was solid player, man. Big up Alan Smith. Some players did come from leagues that were actually decent.
Not for me, bro. I'm taking
like Rio Ferdinand
over Alan Smith. I'll take Fletcher over Alan Smith all day long, mate.
Right.
Yeah, but Fletcher would be considered one of the great centre mids today. Compared to back then, it was just that back then, I think it was just, I don't know, man. I think Darren Fletcher was considered mid out of what midfielders were out there back then. Today, perfect, man.
You'd have a statue at lesser teams.
100%, man. Like Liverpool.
Rich, I wouldn't have that personally. I wouldn't have that myself.
Richie, can't hear you. What'd you say?
Richie's going to be back on the stream next week with his Liverpool shirt on. Richie's going to be on the stream next week.
You know he's Richie. You know he's Richie.
He's not even a tool. He's just going to come on the screen smiling just like that.
Richie, you know it's not your fault, yeah. I own a channel in it, yeah, with a Man City fan and a Liverpool fan, yeah. And this Liverpool fan in particular that Ash knows of, me and him go back and forth quite a lot. So any Liverpool fan that's got that little remote something, it's that little tweak in my brain says, not today. Do you know what I mean?
Fine.
It's just a little trigger.
That's fine. The Darren Fletcher would have never played for Liverpool ever.
What do you mean? I promise you right now, Darren Fletcher starts
Henderson playing in your midfield.
Darren Fletcher starts in the sixth for you right now.
No, he won't.
Yes, he would. He'd be perfect. Yes, he would. He was starting my six. He was starting your six. You know what? He would start for Spurs in the six over Basuma. And you know what? I think you know what he doesn't start for is probably not is Arsenal. But everybody else in this panel, 100%.
He wouldn't start Newcastle.
I
think he would have a good. Wait, they start Tonali. They start Tonali out of all people. What are we doing? But then again, Bruno's just 6 more than Tonali. So you know what? Maybe Bruno's a baller, isn't it? Right. Bruno's quality, but it was quality was at Lyon. Let's be real.
He's been a good player.
He's
not staying beyond next season. You know what Toon tactics?
Now he's not going to stay. He's been 2 years. He's got married and had 2 kids. How many of your guys having kids nowadays?
I don't know. I don't
They're too stressed.
Who's got better? Who's in the midfield battle though?
That's because there's no expectation at Toon. Of course you can do that. There's no expectation.
Now you've perked up. What have you had? What's it like? Have you changed your drink now? Have you changed your drink? What is Newcastle? What is Newcastle?
You went like that. He said, "What's in your glass?" He looks over
Can I ask a relevant question? Yeah. So when it comes to St. James's, do you believe in your midfield over to bully Newcastle?
No, obviously Newcastle, they've got the P&P, man. They've got the pace and the power. They've got aggression.
Papassar Basuma not enough, no?
I don't know. It depends on what midfield we go with, because last game we had more of attacking type of midfield. We had Kulusevski, who's quite physical in my opinion. He's got legs.
Can be.
Bitch, you know what I'm saying? I would start it, I'm not gonna lie.
But Tonali's fake PMP. He's IC1 PMP. It's not as good, you know what I mean, genetically.
You know what? The man might be a little bit tired and jaded after the. Did you not do extra time? I don't know. Was it like penalty?
We went to penalties.
There's no extra time.
Sorry, my bad. So you lot did the full 90 minutes and
he got 60. He got 60 minutes. He done 60 minutes.
So wait, what kind of team did you put out?
Strong team. Isak played.
It's good for fitness at the start of the season, though.
Who did you play?
Yeah, I agree.
Nottingham Forest.
Because you got a break coming up, so that's good. That's good.
West Ham play today as well.
You know what? That could be really a good edge. You know, for Sunday. You know, is that little fitness edge could be a little sign, because that's what Eddie Howe relies on, bro.
Well, it depends how you look at it.
Wait, Gordon versus Porro.
Yeah, but listen, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't mind.
I'm not gonna lie. Look, it is what it is. We play the high line. And both our fullbacks invert. So the recipe for madness, I can't lie. But you know,
Ash, why are you not confident, man? You should be confident.
I'm not confident. Bro, I got PTSD.
I need you not to lose, bro. I need to run. I see Deji. I swear on my life. Do you know Deji by now? Deji Spurs, yeah?
Yeah.
You're familiar. Yeah, this is why I am supporting Newcastle. I am a Toon. You know what? I'll go get my away kit from last year and pretend that it looks like the Newcastle kit. Just for that game.
like if we had, I don't know, it's Basuma, obviously, he's up and down in the 6. He's not really consistent, in my opinion, where you need that proper dominated midfielder that's going to win those duels, win the ball back. But I would still play him. I'd say play Basuma, Kulusevski, I said it yesterday, and maybe leave Maddison out. I'd probably put another midfielder in there, a bit more physical.
Yeah. I see that.
Just because they're so.
I hear it. I'm
trying to combat with their midfield and our midfield, and you know, like Maddison just goes down like and holds his ankle. I'm saying, like a baby girl. So I would prefer to have someone that's got a bit more physicality.
By the way, is Bentancur not playing because of the concussed thing? Bentancur, he would have been perfect, man. 3.
He's available. He's just banned for
run it. I know. I hear it.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's what for me. I would go for players that are a bit more robust. They're not scared for a challenge. Do you know what I'm saying? Or possibly Sarr. Because Sarr's got that recovery pace.
But didn't you run Basuma, Sarr, and Bentancur if you want to go for more of like the robust midfield? And you got really good ball carriers in all 3 of them, by the way, or retention-wise, at least.
Yeah. So that's what I would go for in the midfield, and then up front's where the issue is, because.
Would you not put like Madders on the left maybe and just let him invert a little bit and let Adolfo do his thing, and then just put Son up front? You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
And dare I say,
I would put
Brennan Johnson. Dare I say, Brennan?
Odegaard. No BJs for me, B. I'm all right. I'm good. Yeah, I'm saying.
That's what Stefan was getting at.
Odegaard's good though. That could, you know what? I think, you know what I've noticed? Toon Tactics face is like he's been deep in the team that you've just mentioned, I believe. You know, I don't know if you've seen a sudden change. Like he's deep in life.
He was laughing.
Is Ange going to play the team that I want to play? Do you understand? I don't think Ange's going to throw that squad up. Yeah, and he's definitely Brennan Johnson on the right. That's his boy.
Yeah, I always, whenever I do the previews of Newcastle Tottenham, you're always going to see the same thing. I expect Tottenham to have more possession. They're going to play the pretty football. The best thing Tottenham can do at this moment of the season is give Newcastle the ball, because we have been not very good of it at all, playing out the back especially. But Ange is just not that kind of manager. He's going to try and press the hell out of us. He's going to try and smother us. And that's going to make up our minds about what we're going to do with the ball and how we're going to play out. We're probably going to play a lot more directly and just try and get that 3-on-3 with Gordon, Barnes, and Isak. And as we played last season, Barnes will go on the right. And Barnes will stay on the left. Gordon will go on the right. And Isak through the middle. And we're just going to have a fight with you in the middle of the park and see what you're up for. And then you're gonna keep pressing the life out of us, but it's just going to make our minds up about how we're going to attack going back. But you guys are going to have the possession. You're going to be playing all of that. So I'm not like it's funny to me because I think Tottenham are the better in terms of on the ball team. I expect you guys. It's always going to be you guys that are favored to win the game. But styles make fights, and Tottenham's style just suits the way Newcastle play.
Exactly.
Whenever I hear modern fans talking about off the ball,
modern fans, I'm older than you. I'm older than you.
It literally just means that your team ain't good at football, bro.
Yeah, but styles make fights. You just said no.
Did you right?
I didn't catch that.
I just said we're not good on the ball.
It's just
that was my whole analysis. Like, give us the ball because we're not that good on it.
Detroit Pistons is all they're known for is
you
off the ball.
Just raving about Tonali earlier. I swear Tonali is quite good on the ball.
I've
not seen enough of him.
Because you're good on the ball, don't mean you're bad off the ball, though.
Good player.
No,
right.
Yeah.
So I seen enough of Tonali.
Was you not just moaning about Manu off the ball?
And you know what's mad? You're actually a better team. Man, you're a better team off the ball than on the ball, because you do better against big teams where you get less of the ball, and you lose against teams you should be beating because you don't know what to do with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I've
got a question. Centre back pairing, Newcastle. Yeah, centre back pairing. Who have you got? Because if you told me Dan Burn,
it's going to be Burn and Kraft.
Who are these people?
What was the combination of the lot at your Old Trafford in the League Cup?
Who are these people? I apologize. I do not know that man.
That's as laughable as when we had to start Evans and Lindelof at one point. Yeah, but I'm not being funny.
At least they're recognizable.
Kraft and Burn. I think the only thing I don't know about that one. You know. I don't know.
Smell shit. Well, I'm hoping.
Where's Lloyd Kelly? That's true.
Centre back / left back. Well, he was rested today, so he might come in at left back possibly for Hall. I like Hall.
Hall, you got paying for Hall. He's got to trust Hall, man. He's good. He's too good, man. I like.
Is it Liverpool on the right? Liverpool starting on the right.
He's cold.
Yeah.
He's cold.
Liverpool, he ran us
future of England, bro.
That pissed me off.
He's just too. It's good that he's developing at a small club like Newcastle before a bigger team comes in for him.
It wasn't me that time. It wasn't even me that time. Dude, it wasn't even me that time.
You see that time we beat you, Toon?
Say that again?
See that time we beat you? Oh, go on, Ian.
No.
Yeah, that time we beat you at our ground. Yeah, did you lot start with Kraft? Do you remember?
It was Shaw, Trippier. I was Kraft, but I can't remember. I don't think.
What last fixture at Hotspur Stadium?
Yeah, the problem was about the problem is that we had a 17-year-old Lewis Miley in
midfield. Been real. I'm out.
Cool. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Just like in midfield. But in terms of Newcastle, the main thing is our strength is our midfield. So at the time obviously we had a 17-year-old Lewis Miley there. We came off of Champions League games and stuff like that. So I think it's more of us kind of fading and being tired. But we've got those guys back. We've got some days rest. So I don't expect that same kind of you guys been able to play through our centre so easily. It's going to be a really, really good battle.
Is Miley still there? Is Miley still there?
Yeah, he's injured.
Oh, okay.
I think Anderson's a big miss as well.
He plays for yeah.
But he plays for Forest now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Did Trippier start today as well?
He did. It might be his last game.
Yeah, I was going to say
Everton, isn't it?
Trips.
Yeah, Everton, Saudi Arabia. No one knows where he's going.
Who's your backup right back? Would you be in the market for a right back? Then you reckon quick time?
Yeah, they're talking about. I forgot it's Coyote from Fiorentina.
Oh my! If you get him, amazing. Bro, you know what, Liverpool? You know what? Oh my word! That's who I wanted at Man United before Mazraoui. I said, if you're gonna go get anyone, go get Coyote from Fiorentina. Guys are baller.
Yeah. We were linked to him.
That's a good sign if you can grab that.
Young buck, innit?
He's good. He's good, bro.
Good. He is good. He's good.
Oh, I hate that. That's annoying. They might get Gay as well, man. Oh, no.
What are you saying, Gay or Tapsoba for you two?
Tapsoba.
Because the price, innit, I reckon.
Yep.
I think on my program though, I said Gay just because in terms of how he fits into our team,
him and Botman's a good pairing by on
him paper. And Botman's an excellent pairing, and obviously he knows Hall and knows Livramento and knows the league.
Who'd you rate more, Gay or Tapsoba?
If we don't do the whole kind of can he transfer this to the Premier League stuff, Tapsoba I rate better in terms of just
he's way better on the ball as well. So
he's fantastic on the ball. He's brilliant.
The only thing is,
he's just more composed. Tapsoba's more composed.
My question was here with him, like Van der Ven was the back three thing, transition from back three into a back two with Tapsoba. It's like sometimes I wonder if he's going to be the guy that maybe drives out of your midfield that could change a bit of a tactic. The one that comes up next to a DM. And then you might see someone come in sometimes. But the way Eddie Howe plays, it's Van der Ven. Look, he's slotted in nicely in it because his athleticism, Tapsoba should technically be the same. And they're talking 25 million. I'm surprised you ain't got a backup right winger though.
I think they're looking at Simikan. Simikan from
he's a right back, centre back, isn't he?
Yeah, he plays.
So we're looking for a right centre back essentially.
Yeah, right winger though, man. I think your attacking options might lack potentially in case of injury, innit? That's what I'm looking at.
We've got Barnes, Gordon, Isak, Callum Wilson. I think it's mainly just our right side. That's obviously we've got Murphy and Almiron, but in terms of attack, it's decent.
Maybe. I forget you got one game a week as well. Maybe should be.
Enough. One game a week will suit them. I think that's the reason why they did so poorly last season. I think they run out of gas after rinsing and repeating that same team in the Champions League and then coming into this and then the injuries on top. I think that's what kind of
Tonali, the ban really hurt us.
Yeah, I think Tonali was a massive miss, if I'm being totally honest, because I think you didn't really have a ball playing midfielder in that midfield three.
Just Bruno. Bruno's doing all the work, tackling, passing. He's doing what Morgan Gibbs-White does for Nottingham Forest. Thank goodness he didn't play today.
Do you call Tonali a ball playing midfielder?
I think
yes, I do.
I do. I think he is. I don't know. I saw him at AC Milan. And we played against him in Champions League, and he bossed us. I was like,
but your midfield back then weren't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being funny, but
we'll see him against Man United's midfield soon.
I'm not gonna lie, Tonali don't scare me at all, blood. Like for me personally, I don't look at him thinking like, oh, I'm kind of threatened because Tonali's there today. The only one I look at there is just Joe Linton, isn't it? I'm like, this guy bullies. He's a bully, man. Anyone that's got a bit of PMP about them, like Cunha and all that, I'm scared. I'm Casemiro. Just I'm glad we got Ugarte here. Just be just a little rat in the middle, just tapping at ankles. But if I'm away at Newcastle, I'm like Casemiro and Ugarte, please. You might have to just do something today, please.
Have you seen that Rodgers for Aston Villa?
He's cold.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
Yeah,
I like this, bro.
He's solid.
We're linked with him for next summer, but that's
X-Man City player, isn't it? X-Man City, Jenny.
And obviously,
you know who's underrated? Morgan Gibbs-White don't get enough flowers for me.
I want him at my club. The fans say he's meaty. I like him.
The thing is, your board or whoever that is in charge, you went to Nottingham Forest and got the wrong mixed race guy. They just came back with the wrong one, innit? It's like, what? Wait, hold on. We went at MGW, not BJ.
Yeah.
You sat the wrong one.
It's mad. But the question though, who would you lot start in the front three for Spurs if they were going to do damage against Newcastle? Would you have Son up top or would you have Son on the left? I want to know.
Can I answer just if the one thing I do, if I was to fear as an opposition one, is actually if you start Solanke up top with Son on the left and Kulusevski on the right. Because I think
Solanke's injured and Richarlison might be out, according to Cass. We can't see him. They can't find him on the training pitch. So that's why I'm asking, who would you start?
Are you going to make the ball stick in your up front then?
So this is what I'm thinking. Maybe I said Kulu in midfield, but maybe Kulu in the false 9.
No,
that would make sense. That would make sense.
I don't believe you need that because of Kraft and Dan Burn. I don't think you need a false 9 to drag them out. The thing is, I think they're going to be more reserved regardless naturally than a Botman would. So I would rather Son up front personally. I would actually, because if you want to go for more of a robust midfield that's good at ball carrying, I need someone that's going to create me little sign. I'm putting Maddison.
You don't think we're going to play a high line, Cass?
I believe you're going to have your moments there. You're not afraid to do so, but I think I'd rather have Newcastle be, if I was Tottenham, be scared of the thought of Son in behind to make them think twice. You do a false 9, I think that suits Newcastle a lot
through
more.
The middle, Son through the middle or on the left?
Son through. I would rather have Son through the middle for them bursting runs because even if they want to play a highline thing, I believe they're going to be in for a bit of a shock when it comes to Newcastle when they are having that ball pressure after pressure, turnover after turnover. I think Maddison on the left, because if it is against someone like Livramento, I think he could be the guy that could really. I find that players that run against Livramento struggle because he's defending that good. So different kind. And then I'll have Odegaard on the right to target that left-hand side, left-back area, because that's where Lewis Hall might struggle a little bit, is when someone's up against him on a 1v1 rather than the one against Livramento who's more comfortable.
But that's the same side that Joe Linton's on.
Yeah, maybe. But if you got Papasar or someone over there, could be the difference, or Bentancur.
Okay.
Just to keep the ball popping.
Cool. Okay. Just quick score predictions from neutrals, obviously, Rich and Chinks. How'd you see it going, man? Real quick.
I'm gonna go Newcastle home win 2-1.
You say who's gonna score now? I need to know my fantasy team.
2 for Isak.
Isak, he hasn't scored yet.
It's about time.
Chinks. Who's here, man?
Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah,
I don't see you get. It's all good highlighting now, not good the defenses and the visually and stuff. But I don't see you getting past the midfield to even have a go at them that often because you're not that clinical.
Fair enough. Cass, you're neutral as well, technically. So now you are
3-0 Newcastle minimum.
No. Wow.
Oh, yeah. 2. What's your prediction, man?
I was going to ask you first. But, I don't know. I'm not as. It's crazy because I'm never as.
When it's your team, you're not as confident. I get it.
Because I do rate Tottenham a little bit more than what folks are saying. So are you sure Solanke's not playing?
Yeah, he's out. He ain't trained in a while.
And Van der Ven?
Van der Ven, there's question mark. I don't know. I've seen a video with him talking to your doggy saying, "Right, I'm faster than you," or some madness. Your doggy saying that to Van der Ven, and I'm like, "What? Come then." But I don't know if that was an old video or if that, I don't know. But apparently, from the new training videos that have been put out, Mickey Van der Ven's missing, the doggy's missing, and so is.
Wait, hold on. I told you too.
It's 3 players. It was 3 players.
Oh my word! If this is the case,
because the doggy did pick up a knock against.
Man said Ben Davies. Wow.
Forget it.
Man said Ben Davies and Enter the Dragon at the left-hand side. Yeah, you know what? Can I change my prediction? If that's the case, 4-0.
It could be fake news. I'm just saying.
I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think Angie's is smoke and mirrors. I think it's smoke and mirrors. I think they're all playing. I think that's nonsense. Apart from Solanke, because Solanke seems a little more.
Regardless, full strength Spurs. Obviously, Solanke's out. What's the score, man?
On Deji's show, I said 2-2.
Yeah.
Because I thought a couple of your players are going to play. I'm going to say Newcastle 3-2.
Yeah, I'll go to. I'm going to be kind to Spurs. I'm going to say 2-1. Because if Ange doesn't learn about that high line, Lord have mercy, but the fan base is going to go in on him. That high line and set pieces, because that's how you defeat us last time. Them set pieces, we need to learn. So we were a bit shaky against Everton, even though they didn't score. I wasn't super confident when they had their corners, but yeah, I'm gonna say a 2-1 to Newcastle because we just don't have no luck there, man. You used to be a bogey team, and now you're a bogey team again. But yeah, last bit, just on Arsenal. Chinks, who you playing? You playing Brighton. Brighton.
They're getting wiped.
What's your thoughts on that, man? How are you gonna just to finish up the show real quick? How do you see that game going, man?
Brighton. I think Brighton are a good team. To be honest, I think that they'll finish in a European position.
What, top 4 or top 6?
Top 4 push. Top 4 push. But sorry, side note. I just see someone typed earlier in the comments here that Sterling's gone to Villa. Is that true?
Sterling was talking.
Villa and those signings, man.
I don't know. I saw it I didn't actually fact check it.
I don't know. I did hear that for a while that they were talking.
Because that pushes my. Because I would have said Brighton top 4 until I heard that. Sterling, Villa.
I don't mind Sterling.
I know. Wolves just signed someone, didn't they? I think Wolves just signed a midfielder. But yeah, I don't know about Sterling.
But yeah, I'd say if I had to give a score, I'd say 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 again to Arsenal. I think but Brighton are a good team, man. It's going to be a little back and forth. It's going to take a while to break them down. I think they have I think they're the best succession team in the league to just get rid of players and just not sink and just carry on going and replacing managers and having a system in place that is so sustainable.
That's the player I wanted. Sorry, Andre. I like him. Sorry.
You know what? I just want to highlight. Yeah, you see all of these players you lot are naming. Yeah, I remember when we were dog shit, and I used to get my hopes up for transfers because I couldn't focus on what was going on the pitch because it was so disappointing. And hearing you lot quote all these foreigners I've never heard of just shows me how proud of my team I am. So I don't have to feed into this bollocks.
I hear it. Must be nice.
Life's different.
Yeah. It's nice up there, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna enjoy it while I can, man. It's not gonna last forever. It's not gonna last forever.
Yeah, I think Arsenal, Chinks is downplaying his team. They're very, very good. Yeah, we know Brighton are a good team, but I don't think people have cottoned on just how good Arsenal are at the moment. And I think they've gone into the next phase of their development, which is the final stage, which is now they are going to be pushing hard City all the way, non-stop. I think they're going to absolutely walk all over Brighton with no remorse. Maybe comfortable 3-0, and they could rack it up if they wanted to. I think it could be like that. So when you're saying, they're a good team, 2-0, you're being respectful. But I think Arsenal at the moment, if I'm not a betting man, if I bet money on games, I'll bet on Arsenal and City games. I feel like they're the two teams in the league where you can almost say, yeah. Going off the back of last year into this year, you say, yeah, they're just about certified week in, week out. They've got the depth, they've got the players, the managers got them buzzing. I think they added another player in the week, another midfield player to help Declan Rice. Lord knows why, but yeah, I think they'll be comfortable 3-4.
All right, 3 or 4. What, nil?
Yeah, Brighton are not scoring at Emirates.
Wow, I hear it, man. Tune Tactics.
Yeah, I agree. I think everything that Arsenal's midfield is it's going to be too strong for them. They've got the ability to close them down, to counter press them, push them back, play through the channels with their centre backs. I probably see some of their centre backs scoring, especially from like set pieces and stuff as well. I think it'd be a bad day for Brighton, to be honest. I see kind of a 4-0 scoreline.
4-0, right? Cass, we said Brighton, Arsenal. Is that the Amex or they
Emirates? Emirates. Yeah, it's going to be a walkover, man. It'll be like something similar to last year. One thing that I can say that's highlighted with Brighton at the moment is they will go play at a higher tempo. But something that Arsenal are better than Man United is defending the wide areas, especially when it comes to the Emirates. It's lockdown, man. They're going to have to find moments like they did against United at the Amex. It's going to be something similar for them, but it'll be a lot more difficult with Saliba at the back and Gabriel, obviously. I can bet on Havertz and Saka getting on the score sheet. I reckon even Trossard, I'll back him to back against his former club. You know what? It could be a 4-5-0. You know what? As much as I feel like Ian, me and his opinion don't align whatsoever, I don't believe Brighton are going to improve as a team at this moment in time. I think they got good points against Everton, who are a poor side, and Man United. I would call that just they just got the win in the end. I think Brighton are in for a bit of a reality check this year. This manager, don't get me wrong, he's not. Just remember, he's just not deserving in it.
He might be better.
I don't think he's going to be. But you know what? They have made some good additions though, so I want to see what happens when they got Kajoglu and all the rest of the crew a little bit more fit, and not the James Milners of the world and all that playing, because that's the difference. I'm only judging it from what I've seen at the moment, but they could struggle because I thought Andrew's bad with a high line, and if this guy's is just as stubborn, he plays even higher line. Like it's mad. So they could be really efficient.
That's my WhatsApp group. Are you not watching the formation on the ball? But anyway, go on, Cass. Go on.
Nah, it's just going to be hard for them to be efficient against someone like Arsenal at the moment, isn't it? It's as easy as that. If it was at the Amex, I'll be like, you know what, they do have a chance, but Arsenal are just you just can't knock Arsenal at the moment, man. They're just too good, isn't it? Unless they're playing against Man United at Old Trafford, then we'll see, innit?
I respect Brighton still, but I think Arsenal will have enough because they got more than one way to hurt you, and their physicality, their height, ball progression, domination on the ball. There's just many ways that they can just unpick teams. So, as much as I hate to say it, I think they win that. A similar scoreline to Chinks, actually. I think 2-0. I don't think they will blast them, but it depends on how adventurous Brighton really get. If they really think they can come at Arsenal, then they're gonna get a reality check. But yeah, man, cool, guys. I'm gonna end the show there because we've been going for 2 hours plus. But before I do, guys, is there any other final thoughts? Obviously, there's been a lot of updates about Chelsea gonna be in trouble, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to plug anything, guys? Is anything final thoughts you want to say about the teams?
I'll start with Rich. Yeah, if you're saying Chelsea are going to be in trouble for something financially, I'm here for it. Let it happen.
I think a lot of people are, bro.
Let it happen. The sooner the better.
Cool. Chinks, what you saying to me, bro? Got any final words?
I saw somewhere on the internet, and you know me, I love a conspiracy, that they're signing all these players because they're expecting a ban, so it will tie them over.
Oh, but you're not seeing what's come on lately as it goes about UEFA, and they're not accepting assets sold to their sister company and all that kind of stuff. So it's looking
about time.
That's peak.
It's about time.
It's about time.
Because how can they let that go through? That's nonsense.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's actually a joke.
That's nonsense.
Brilliant football. Yeah. I hear it.
I can't lie. If I'm a Chelsea fan, that squad, I'll be like, all right, cool, calm. Other than maybe another centre back, I'll be looking at thinking, yeah, we're set, bro. Like all these men are young as well. What we got to lose?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need no one else.
Yeah,
literally.
All the noise dies down, and he's still got that squad.
It's true. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, unless they're unhappy, then it might be a little bit more peak. Then, yeah.
I mean, that's why they're pushing for the Osimhen or the Tony. Do you know what I'm saying? That Man United, to be fair, obviously, if Chelsea don't get Osimhen, they go for Tony, and then I don't know.
I think Tony's more inclined to stay in London than move out.
What's
He's going to Saudi Arabia, isn't it? Isn't Saudi?
Not looking.
Oh, you mean like in general? Okay.
I think he's more inclined. I think he'd want to stay. You don't even have to move house. Nothing. It's a factor.
I hear it, man. Tune.
Give me Tony, man.
Yeah, big up to everyone. Great show as always. Always privileged to be on here. Thank you, Ash, and the panel. Always great discussions. You guys can find me on Toon Tactics TV, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. A little bit less so on Instagram, but still here. I'm going to be doing a pre-match preview probably this Saturday with a special guest. Wink, wink. Guys, do look out for that. So yeah, thank you.
Cool. Cass, any final words?
No, never a foul, man. Nearly at 30k. Yeah, man, just bring on Sunday, man, so I can come back on this panel next week, Wednesday, so Richie can apologize. and you know what? Not just Richie, but Ian.
So both of them.
Yes. Ian will find a reason like, it was just luck. It was
actually, I need Deji on this panel too. When you get a reality check by Newcastle, I just need it. You know what it is? It's going to be a long international break. 9 days of just the content is going to be bleak. So I need entertainment in all angles. But I swear, if I go into the international break, you have a loss. I'm going to hibernate. It's a long wait.
Hey, you know, heard it here first. Yeah, Cass back on Spurs Kings TV on the Rival Show next week. Once Deji here. So yeah, man, I'm a holla, Dej. You can hear me. I know you can hear me, bro. So I expect to see you here as well. And Ian, we needed to have that reunion so we can run that back. But yeah, Rich will be here, and I'm sure Preach will be in the comments somewhere. Golks will be listening. Yeah. But we've got people. Hey, it might be a Royal Rumble. Pause. I don't know. If it comes to that day, man, I'm looking forward to this weekend.
You know what I say? You should run it 2-2-2, yeah, a little bit. Like get Specs on, Geordie Specs.
You said in and out, yeah.
Just like two man, 2 Arsenal. Then I've got 2 United. Well, technically 1 United, but if you want to count Ian, that's fine. And then Chelsea's there, Deji, like it's all good, man. It's just run it up, man.
I hear it.
Show will be hectic, man.
I'll make it happen. But yeah, big up the chat as well, man. Love each and every time. Love for the love. Big up you, man, for making the show. But yeah, man, as always, in Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs.